Let the lames begin. Jesus fucking Christ. What a night. What a night of lovely boxing action in the next hour or so. The rematch that nobody wanted to see. That's what I call this. The rematch that nobody wants to see. I think the only people that want to see this fight are in New Zealand, you know. No joke, yeah? Halfway across the equator, innit? In a completely different hemisphere. I think, you know, they're the only people that give a shit about this. I haven't even got my DAZN switched on yet. Dereck Chisora versus Joseph Parker 2. Fuck me. Will it be loss number 12 for Dereck pay-per-view Chisora? Is it going to be loss number 12 for Chisora? Or is it going to be the re-emergence of Joseph? Oh my God. ABB says Zelfa Barrett is stinking out the gaff right now. Hardly fucking surprising, but it is what it is. They told me Eddie Hearn was going to make a star out of Zelfa Barrett. Big warning to Lyndon Arthur. Because we know Lyndon Arthur's looking for a new promoter. Let me tell you, Lyndon, if you want to see how you would get on at Matchroom, go and have a look at what's happening to Zelfa Barrett. It is what it is. Adam Hughes says Shannon Courtney is in the crowd. She has put on about 5 stone. That's some period that she's having. I believe they call that period the Christmas period. I believe that's happening. I haven't even got my DAZN on yet. I'm gonna get it up right now. What's going on with Ebony Bridges? What lovely looking ladies have the DAZN crew given us tonight? Have they delivered us my drama yet? Mark Stanton says Shannon the Cannonball. Let me get on and see this shit. So you guys saying that Shannon Courtney looking like Shabidoo. Okay. Let's have a look at old Shannon Courtney. Oh, I've got to tell you guys, Ingram, BWTN Sports will be doing the post-fight for this show. Yippee-doo. So hopefully it will be a much easier night for me in terms of doing this show. Having Ingram come on will be absolutely fantastic. So Ingram is on his way for the post-fight. I tell you what, I feel sorry for Ingram. Ingram and me are both coming off illnesses. Ingram's coming off an illness. I'm currently ill, so this might be the last you hear of me. I've got an entire fucking box of antibiotics next to me, and Lord knows what else I need. So this could be it. This could be the end of Ultra, right? Ingram's just come off illness, and I've got him watching Chisora versus Parker. Can you fucking believe this shit? You know? That's terrible, isn't it? Someone should really throw me in jail in that. Should throw me in the slammer, shouldn't they? For forcing an ill man to watch Chisora versus Parker. I mean, that is quite disgusting, really, isn't it? That is quite disgusting. So really, I mean, honestly, I should be cancelled really for doing that, to be honest. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Both of us have a duty to the fans, as my DAZN is now on, and I'm seeing Zelfa Barrett currently in round 10 of 12 with his opponent. Zelfa Barrett looks absolutely huge in the ring. Anyway, it is what it is. Right, we're on Laura Wood's watch. Let's turn this down. Mark Stanton says, not seen Maya. Think Laura Woods is doing the darts. Okay, right. So no Laura Woods tonight. Laura Woods recently has been on absolute fire. No question for that. Palmer Parade says, Maya Jama doesn't turn up to work. What are you talking about, Ultra? I think Maya Jama is absolutely finished on DAZN. I think there's no question about that. TMT says, we all have our DAZN on. Yeah, we've all got our DAZN on. We're all subscribing, yeah, to DAZN, especially for the likes of Chisora versus Parker too. Excuse me. Don't want to be coughing around about this time, do you? You don't want to be coughing around about this time because you might get put in a fucking cell. I don't know what the laws are in this country around coughing. Are we still allowed to cough in this country? It's interesting. I've just figured out how to do polls. Can you believe it? The option for doing polls on these lives has been here forever, and I've just found out how to do it. So let's just do a test poll. Hold on. Here's a poll. Let's just start doing some test polls. What would you rather have? All right. What would you rather have? How do I add an option? Here we go. Right. Let's put in. I'm going to ask a poll. What would you rather have? Out of projectile diarrhea. I can't spell diarrhea. Diarrhea. Can't even spell diarrhea. Or pay for Chisora versus Parker. So let's just test out the polling feature. There we go. There we go. Pick one. Sorry about that. No, wait, I've got the poll. You ain't got to do it. Here we go. And bosh. Let's see how this works. Does this poll work? I've pressed it post. Does anybody see a poll in the chat of any kind or what? Let's have a look. See if that's worked. Here we go. There we go. There should be a poll on the screen. There you go. There you go. There should now be a poll for your YouTube watchers in the top right-hand corner of your screen. And the poll says, what would you rather? Well, pick one. Pick one. Oh, I got it wrong. I did it wrong. I did it yes, no. Hold on. Let's try that again. Right, let me try that one more time. Oh, right. What the fuck? Let me do another poll. Here we go. Right, ask a question. I don't want yes or no. How do I get rid of yes or no? Here we go. I can't get rid of it. Okay, I'll figure it out in a bit. Sorry about that. Just testing. It's not like we've got anything else to do. Adam Hughes says, Ade on comms sounded like he needed to clear his throat for about 15 minutes before, but he was scared to cough in case he got assassinated. Well, like I said before, listen, anybody who talks about the illness in this chat will get banned because, we can't talk about the illness, right? But what we can talk about is government restrictions. They are coming imminently. Now, let's talk about quickly while we wait for this main event. Mary Wallace says there are two more fights to the main event. In other news, shout out to the Frank Warren payroll. Oh, bastards. Shout out to the Frank Warren payroll. This is what I had for dinner tonight. Shout out to the Frank Warren payroll. If you want to know, how lavish life is on the Frank Warren payroll, here it is. There you go. Roasted chicken on a bed of red lentils. I call this the Queensbury roasted chicken on a bed of red lentils with a nice drizzle of cream there to go. So there you go. When you're on the Frank Warren payroll, this is what you eat when you're on the Frank Warren payroll. That's what you get, innit? Ultra's on the Frank Warren payroll. Well, can you blame me with dinners like this? I don't know. So I'll tell you what they're eating on the Matchroom payroll right now. And we'll be talking about people on the Matchroom payroll in just a sec because I have seen some very, very funny polls. There's a poll on another channel, yeah? I think I'm not going to name names, but I think we can all guess what channel this is because it's laughable, isn't it? But there's a poll on another channel on Promoter of the Year, Boxer of the Year, Female Boxer of the Year, and the answers are absolutely hilarious. But if you want to know what they eat on the Matchroom payroll, just give you a quick screenshot of that. There you go. Deliver that over here. There you go. When you're on the Matchroom payroll, that's what you get. Frey bentos, steak and kidney pudding. There with sweet corn and mashed potato. That's what you get there. So it is what it is. That's what we're getting down at Matchroom there. Look, there you go. There, that's a Barry Hearn favourite there. Pie and mash. That's what they be eating on the Matchroom payroll. So if you want to know why I'm on a Frank Warren payroll, what would you rather eat? Look, this Ultra's Queensbury roast chicken on a bed of red lentils with a cream drizzling, or would you rather have the we'll call this I don't know, what do we call this here? The Barry Hearn special, we call this. I call this the Matchroom set menu. That's what we call that. The Matchroom set menu. Ironically, yeah, somebody said that. Crazy D3 says, isn't Matchroom food pizza and hot dogs? That's kind of ironic because remember they had that fucking shite camp. Do you remember early in the year? They had shite camp. Mind you, yeah, when you think about it now, shite camp was probably a giant, massive super spreader event, wasn't it? Let's be real, innit? Shite camp. Wasn't that just a great big super spreader event? I'm blaming Eddie Hearn and Matchroom for this up and coming lockdown, you know? I'm blaming it all on shite camp. A bunch of fucking drunks with no masks on, sitting around an empty field with caravans everywhere, eating shit food. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, right. Let's talk boxing. Right, let me try and get this poll right. Hold on. Let me try and get this poll right. Samuel Harrison says you need people for it to be there. About 10 people there at Fight Camp. Fight Camp wasn't a super spreader event because there's nobody who turned up. I haven't watched the card. Talk to me about Sir Alan of Babić. Talk to me about Sir Alan of Babić. Because apparently he stunk the fucking joint out by nearly getting himself knocked out in the last round. Alan Babić, isn't he the guy? He's the guy who, what does he tell people? Anybody who wants to see Dillian Whyte scans, what does he say? He threatens them with violence, doesn't he? Isn't that what Alan Babić does for his master, Dillian Whyte? Doesn't he do that for his master, Dillian Whyte, Alan Babić? He threatens people. Anybody asking questions about where Dillian Whyte scans are, you won't say it to your face. You need to come and say it to your face or shut the fuck up. Well, apparently, big talker Alan Babić nearly got himself KO'd in the second round tonight, and there are a few people online who believe that his next opponent will be Dave Allen. I wonder if Dave Allen's going to get that 300k that Eddie Hearn promised him. I wonder if Dave Allen's going to get that 300k that Eddie Hearn promised him. We'll have to wait and see, innit? I wonder if he's going to get 300k if I find Alan Babić. What do you guys think about that fight? Press 1 if you're interested. I've got the poll going right now. I'm going to get the poll going soon, but press 1 if you're interested in Alan Babić versus Dave Allen. Don't be afraid if you are. It's going to be car crash boxing, innit? Which is kind of the best bit of boxing, innit? That's kind of the best boxing, innit? Right, get rid of this. I can't get rid of yes or no. Can you believe this? Oh, hold on. I can edit this now. Ah, here we go. Here we go. I finally worked out to these polls. You guys are pressing 1, -1. Somebody put a -1 in there for Dave Allen. Listen, I'm not joking. You know what? I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to spell diarrhea. Oh my God, let's have a look. Yeah, you're all giving it ones. You'd watch it, wouldn't it? But I tell you what, Dave Allen, yeah, I'm not joking. He looks punch drunk, doesn't he? He looks punch drunk and he sounds punch drunk. He sounds absolutely horrific in his recent interviews. But yeah, Dave Allen, yeah, businessman extraordinaire, turned down 300k from Frank Warren because he was loyal to Matchroom and because Eddie Hearn told him, don't worry, Dave, in your next fight, we'll match that money. Now it looks like he's going to be getting in a ring for peanuts with Alan Babić. Here we go, nearly there. Sorry, I'm not very organised tonight, but I am now. Pick one. And we are done. Bang! I finally got the polls working. So instead of asking you to press one, and instead of asking you to do to press one and press two, I've now got it sorted out. So let's start off now. Now we're ready to go with the show. Sorry about that. 16 minutes in, I've been faffing around. 71 people in here. Not too bad. I think we're going to get destroyed tonight by our good friends Spencer and Tunde, who are currently going live as well. They've got like 200. So we're currently going to get destroyed. But 16 minutes in, there's still time. Hit the like button, please. Hit the subscribe button. And today's poll question, we've got a few poll questions. Here we go. Pick one. All right, that's the poll question if you're following us on YouTube. You can only pick one. Projectile diarrhea or paying for Joseph Parker versus Dereck Chisora. You can only pick one. So far, projectile diarrhea is currently in the lead with 88% of the vote so far. So there you go. No more pressing one and pressing -1. We've got the polls going in the top right-hand corner. What would you rather do? Projectile diarrhea or pay for Chisora versus Parker? I know which one I would do. Yeah, so let's have a look at Babić. Oh, meanwhile, before we get on to that, let me just quickly say, Amanda Serrano. I mean, this woman is absolutely full of bullshit. Katie Taylor fans, this is going to be your next opponent. This is Amanda Serrano. Look, she says she has no boyfriend, no phone. All she does is boxing and fighting. Meanwhile, when you look at her, Twitter from iPhone. There you go. That sums up Amanda Serrano in a nutshell, doesn't it? That absolutely sums up Amanda Serrano in a nutshell. No friends, no phone. But she's tweeting the fucking New York Post article interview of her from the fucking iPhone. And who believes that Amanda Serrano does not have a boyfriend? Do you honestly believe that Amanda Serrano does not have a boyfriend? Or does not have a man in her life? There is no way on this planet. Do you know how much testosterone, yeah? Do you know how much testosterone she must have from doing all that boxing? Do you know how much testosterone she must have from doing boxing? Tell you what, she's definitely getting it. Yeah, Chevron, yeah, she's getting it. Somebody's giving it to Amanda Serrano. With all due respect, somebody out there is giving it to Amanda Serrano. There's no way on this planet that Amanda Serrano is going to bed every night unaccompanied. What is she talking about? No friends, no phone. As she tweets it from the damn iPhone. This woman's an idiot, but she's still going to knock Katie Taylor out, I reckon. So look, every cloud and all that. Every cloud. Let's go through some other stuff here. What's going on in this Zelfa fight? Zelfa got the decision. I can see him walking around with his Commonwealth title. He looks happy as Larry there. Apparently, Eddie Hearn's saying that Zelfa Barrett's on the verge of a world title shot. Fuck me. Personally, I'd like to see a Ronnie Clark rematch, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Lucan Lunka says the real question is who the fuck asked for this fight? Yeah, let's have a look at the card tonight. So for those lucky people who pay for the zone, including me, let's have a look. What did you get for your money tonight? Let's have a look at what we got for our money. Oh dear, I can see Joshua Bratzi. Ade, our good friend Ade is there with Tony. I tell you what, Ade deserves an MBE, doesn't he? I mean, anybody who can spend that much fucking time around Tony Bellew. No disrespect, but I think it's about time we awarded Ade the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, the man must have a fucking patience of a saint. Can you imagine? Not only that, but can you imagine what Tony Bellew smells like? He looks like his breath smells of rotten cabbage. No disrespect, but Tony Bellew, the way he looks like the kind of guy whose breath smells of rotten cabbage. You know, I'd imagine, when you look in Tony Bellew's bathroom cabinet, yeah, I'd imagine it's absolutely filled to the brim, yeah, of Lynx Africa, innit? Yeah, Tony Bellew just looks like a Lynx Africa kind of man to me, doesn't he? Isn't it? Tony Bellew's bathroom cabinet, when you look inside, all you see is this, XL. Tony Bellew's bathroom cabinet, XL. Lynx Africa. The man looks like he stinks, you know what I mean? But Addy spends all day with him. He spends all fucking day with him. It is what it is. Oh yeah. Chevron's saying. So let's actually have a quick look. It wouldn't be Christmas if we didn't have a look at Tony Bellew's fucking diet plan. Hold on. Let's see if that deal's still going on. Oh my God. This shit's still going. Hold on a minute. This shit's still going. There you go. Tony Bellew, 12-week training plan. Let's see if the offer's still going. Look, hold on. You can't see the banner, but I can. I can't. Let me move my banner. Look at this. Look. Can you see that banner at the top of the screen? Introductory special offer. Usual price for the full 12-week plan is already a bargain, £50. But listen, but on Tony's orders, he has reduced the price to £15. Wow! There you go. Tony Bellew's diet plan is now 15 quid. There you go, look. On Tony's orders, he's reduced the price to a giveaway £15. So anybody looking to lose weight for Christmas, Tony Bellew, £15. This diet plan started at what, £100 a touch? It went from 100 to 70 to 50 to 15. Shout out to Tony Bellew. That's like a what? 90% decrease. I'm not exactly good at maths, am I? But you get what I'm saying here. Dave Lane says Tony Bellew smells of beard dye and pork scratchings. Hey, the guy stinks. You just look at him, you know he stinks. M.A. Khan says pickled onion breath. Boom says Bellew is the DFS of diet plans. TMT says that offer has been going on for the best part of 2 years. Tony Bellew's diet plan, that's been going on forever, isn't it? M.A. Khan says should reduce it by £15 more. You know what, mate? Even if you reduced it by another £15, I still don't think anybody would buy the fucker anyway, to be honest. It is what it is. Blue Collar Sports says card has been shit so far, though Lerone Richards look good. Listen, Blue Collar Sports, I'm turning into a casual more and more by the day. But listen, it's going to take a lot for me, yeah? Like I said, let me just tell people, right? I'm sitting here right now, yeah? Ill as fuck, with fucking antibiotics next to me. The last thing I want to do, yeah, is watch Lerone Richards. Can you imagine that? I'm trying to stay awake, man. I'm trying to stay awake and stay energized. I feel at death's door as it is. And now you guys want me to watch Lerone Richards. Oh my gosh. Jesus Christ. Lerone Richards. Jesus. Boxing Hype doesn't think Alan Babić brushes his teeth. Let me check how this poll's going. Right, let's have a look. Well, we're getting a few votes here, yeah. Projectile Diarrhea is still in the lead over paying for Joseph Parker versus Dereck Chisora 2. The rematch that nobody fucking asked for, but they gave it to us anyway. Isn't it? Bit like lockdown, isn't it? But that's another story. All right, let's have a look. So, I guess I should ask you for your predictions, shouldn't I? I guess. Let's put the poll up. I don't really give a shit, but let me get this poll. End of that poll. Here we go. Since we're in the whole poll malarkey, let's do the poll. Who wins? Do you think if Chisora loses, it's the end of Chisora? Simple as that. Here's the poll. Enjoy. Knock yourself out. Who wins, Chisora or Parker? And here's my own little one. Press 1. If Dereck Chisora wins tonight, if Dereck Chisora gets beat tonight, is that the end of Dereck Chisora? I fucking hope it is, to be honest. Because I'm sick of watching the pair of these cunts, to be honest. I'm sick of watching the pair of these cunts, to be honest. But it is what it is. But is it going to be the end of Dereck Chisora if he loses tonight? Is he gonna draw the line at 12 losses, or are we gonna, or is the pay-per-view roadshow gonna continue? Blue Collar Sports says Chisora will still hang around like chlamydia even if he loses. It is what it is. Let's have a quick look at tonight's card. Rhiannon Dixon versus Vaida Mosokate. Okay. Cyrus Patterson versus Yevgeny Vaslem. Jordan Thompson versus Piotr Budieski, spelled like Budweiser. Sandy Ryan, who I know many of you are big fans of. I've seen it for a while. Sandy Ryan is low-key very good looking in a weird way. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not a simp, but Sandy Ryan is low-key very good looking in a very, very strange way. David Nikia versus Anthony Karpin. Alan Babić almost got himself KO'd in round 2, I believe, by David Spilmont. That David Spilmont is 11-7. Nearly managed to get Alan Babić out of there in the second round, I believe. And then people out there saying that Alan Babić is a world level fighter. I think the Alan Babić train will be coming to an end imminently, isn't it? It's only a matter of time, really. Carlos Gongora versus Lerone Richards, a very, very good fight. I hear Lerone took him to school. I haven't watched it, but I heard Lerone did what Lerone did, which is take everybody to school, but put them to sleep at the same time. Listen, I think Lerone is one of the most talented fighters in the country. I was very annoyed to see that Lerone left Queensbury and ended up down at Matchroom, but it is what it is. And Zelfa Barrett, like I said before, the only time I want to see Zelfa Barrett in the ring again is if he rematches Ronnie Clark. Until then, I am not interested in Zelfa Barrett. And next up is Jack Cullen versus Kevin Lele Saggio. Kevin Lele Saggio. I have no idea, but this is for the vacant European super middleweight title. So a great night's boxing on the zone. Let me just say, a rival channel recently did a number of polls on Promoter of the Year, and Eddie Hearn won the poll by 88%. Can you believe this? Eddie Hearn, Promoter of the Year, by 88%. And they also asked who has been the best promotion of the year. So who has been the best promotional company of the year? And Matchroom and DAZN won it by a landslide. Can you believe that? According to that, Matchroom and DAZN are the best promotional company / TV company combo in the land right now. Despite the absolute underwhelming dog shite they are currently serving up to listeners. Game changed. Game changed. Can you believe it? It is what it is. Right. Let's have a look. No, it was not IFL. It was a channel far less respectable than IFL, which says it all, really. Londoner in the Sticks says, Lerone, like Sonny Edwards, has very decent skills, but I don't watch boxing to watch that running around and tappy and tickling each other over style. I want walking down, sitting on punches and brutal chaos. That's down to you. I mean, Lerone isn't, Lerone is Lerone, isn't he? He's an incredibly talented fighter, but, fucking hell. It is what it is, isn't it, with Lerone? Right, let's have a look. Boxing Hype says, are you doing Jake Paul tonight? It's very possible. I don't know for sure yet, but it is possible we're doing 2 lives tonight. Double duty. It is possible we'll be doing Jake Paul. It is possible. And let's be honest. What's the bigger fight? What's the more entertaining fight? It's Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's a fight that people want to see. People are interested in seeing Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. People are interested in watching Chisora versus Parker. The only reason I'm watching this fight and doing this live tonight, right? The only reason I'm fucking watching this fight is to take my mind off, the imminent lockdown. Do you know what's pissed me off? Do you know what I had to do now for Christmas? Because of the impending lockdown and because I'm shielding. Oh, by the way, if anybody's interested, Saint Katie Taylor is currently on the zone at this Chisora versus Parker event, looking very dapper there in a white jacket. I don't know where she got that from. Looks like Katie Taylor's been thieving from Michael Jackson's wardrobe with that fucking white jacket. Where'd she get that fucking thing from? She's been thieving from Michael Jackson's wardrobe. Let me see if I can get you up a quick picture of Saint Katie Taylor up here, so you can see this lovely jacket that she's got on. Here we go. Let me get this up on the screen and enlarge it. And then obviously you've got Chris Lloyd. Chris Lloyd, you guys all know about Chris Lloyd. What about Katie Taylor's jacket? Where did Katie Taylor get that jacket from? What the fuck? Listen, I'm weird. I think Katie Taylor is low-key hot, but it's a weird one, isn't it? It's a weird one. I think she's low-key hot, but look at that. Hey, what were we saying about Katie Taylor's jacket? Press 1 for yes. So press 1 for a thumbs up and press 2 for a thumbs down. Press 1 for a thumbs up and press 2 for a thumbs down. What were we saying about Katie Taylor's jacket? Why is this woman coming on fucking TV looking like this shit? What is she doing? Coming on TV looking like that. I think she looks very nice, Katie Taylor. I think she's, I think she's attractive. That's my opinion on Katie Taylor. I think she's attractive, but it is what it is. Everybody knows that I've got a very, very bad taste in women. Yeah, everyone's saying it's a 2. Yeah. I mean, that is awful, isn't it? I would like to know where she got that jacket from. And Smart Surf is saying shoulder pads. Yeah, what's going on with the fucking shoulders there? Someone said it's David Price's jacket. She's borrowed it off David Price. Do you remember David Price and that suit he came on with? Do you remember the legendary David Price? Here we go. Who remembers this? Mate, not being funny, but when you're losing fashion contests to the likes of Paul Smith Jr., it really is time to retire, isn't it? Hold on, let me just remove this. Hold on. Give me a sec. Oh, not main window, image 2. Here we go. Let's remove this. Right, who remembers this? Who remembers David Price? Hey, listen, let me tell you something. That suit is worse than any of David Price's knockout losses, you know. Yo, that suit is worse than any of David Price's knockout losses. I mean, he losing in a fashion contest to Paul Smith Jr. That was the moment when David Price should have called it a day. After wearing this suit, he should have retired from boxing. Unfucking believable. David Price. Samuel Harrison said he looks like Mr. Incredible. Unbelievable. Gary Harrison says he's a giant and it's too big for him. Blue Collar Sports says the only 6'8" man to find a suit that's too big for him. Mark Stanton says he borrowed it off Andre the Giant. Jesus Christ. The crack of it. David Price. What a jacket, mate. No, Darren. David Price, that is not a Photoshop. He stepped on Sky Sports 1 with a jacket looking like that. 100% true story. Shout out to David Price. Londoner says a family of 5 could use Pricey's jacket for a day. Oh my gosh. Londoner in his stick says a family of 5 could use David Price's jacket for a tent and still have plenty of room left over. So there you go, yeah. David Price. I mean, it is what it is, man. Fashion wars, isn't it? Like, try and get Natasha Jonas. She's got... Natasha Jonas is a weird one, isn't she? Can't find her. He's got on YouTube. Jonas, I think she's up there as well. As one of the worst dressers on TV. She's right up there. Hold on. Natasha Jonas. Good looking girl. But her dress sense is just... but then again... Hey, if you want to see that, there's Natasha Jonas' mum. Let me just get over. Very, very good looking woman. There you go. There's Natasha's mum. She looks good there, Tasha. Actually, some of these aren't too bad, but some of the ones she wears on Sky are pretty dreadful, aren't they? But in all these pictures, she looks great. But some of the ones she wears on Sky, she looks awful. But this is a good dress here. Fair play. But anyway, there you go. Yeah. For those of you who are just joining, we are watching the DAZN broadcast. We're not really too interested in watching Jack Cullen. We're currently waiting for the main event that no one really cares about. Chisora versus Price. And there's Katie Taylor's jacket. That's the topic of conversation. What was Katie Taylor thinking when she put this jacket on? Adam Hughes says Jonas is hotter than Katie Taylor. She's better looking than Katie Taylor. Right. Let's settle this once for all. All right? Quickly, because we've got time to burn. Let's settle this right once and for all. All right? Is Katie Taylor hot? Press 1 for yes and press 2 for no. Is Katie Taylor hot? I'm going to press 1. I think she's hot. I've always thought that about Katie Taylor. She looks weird. She looks weird, but there's a reason for that, isn't it? I think when she retires from boxing and stops taking her vitamins, I think Katie Taylor will look a little bit better. These pictures don't do her justice, do they? I mean, I'm going to get rid of this photo. One sec. These pictures of Katie Taylor don't do her justice, but I'm firmly Team Katie Taylor. Here's a snippet. Look, you can't say she's a bad-looking woman. Okay, I think she's got something about her. That's me. It brings a tear to my eye to say that, because I don't want to say that. But I'm just gonna be real with you. I think Katie Taylor has a little bit of something going on there. I'm gonna go through your results in a sec. I'm just trying to find a decent pick of Katie Taylor here. They are pretty hard to come by, which kind of should be telling me what the answer to this question is. But as you can see, I'm scrolling through the pictures in hope. For hope. Well, there we go. Look, here's a decent picture. Look, there you go. Katie Taylor ain't bad. Let's have a look. Right, I gave it a 1. I think Katie Taylor's hot. Right, let's have a look. Silver Surfer says Taylor and Jonas are both mingers. Natasha Jonas is not a minger. No way on this planet. ABB says 2. It's a no from Katie Taylor. Crazy D3 is a no from Katie Taylor. Hard Deep Sing is given a 1 for Katie Taylor. Dave Lane is given a 1 for Katie Taylor. MS22 is given a 1 for Katie Taylor. Lunker says, in a weird way, yes, 1. It's definite. It's a weird thing, isn't it? It's a definite yes for me. Lamb Chop agrees. Jonas is pretty, but not that hot. Yeah, there's a difference between being pretty and being hot. It's a different discussion for another day. Do you know what I mean? Natasha Jonas is incredibly pretty. She's not hot. Like, Katie Taylor is kind of hot. Joanne Hussein does Katie Taylor, yes. Dexter Rico says no for Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor not hot. A Black says no. Volts UK says Katie Taylor was changed at birth. Ultra. Fucking hell. Londoner in the stick says Katie Taylor looks like an Irish dude with a wig on. Bit harsh. Will A says 1 until she starts speaking. I think that's fair. Mark Stanton says a 2, maybe an 8 pinter. I guarantee you, Mark, you slept with far worse sober than Katie Taylor. Jamie Smith gives it a 2. Shevin says it's a no for me, but Shevin bangs Instagram models. So, let me know for Shevin. Shevin bangs Instagram models, so it is what it is. M.A. Khan says it's a 2. Crazy E3 says 6 out of 10. Look, come on, man. Hard to please. Look. Come on, man. Show Katie Taylor some appreciation. Let's have a look here. Too old, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Let's do this one and then we'll quit, yeah? 110 in the chat. If you're just joining, we will be talking about the main event. Parker versus Chisora imminently. Right now, we're just dicking around. Jack Cullen's in the ring for a European title. We're not doing live commentary on that because we don't care. But we will be doing some stuff imminently. And the post-fight will be done by Ingram. So, like I said before, plenty to talk about. Just not right now. We're pacing ourselves. And also, hit the like button. We may be doing double duty because Jake Paul's fighting tonight against Tyron Woodley. And I probably will be awake to watch that fight. So, it looks like we're doing double duty tonight. Plus, I might watch the Ashes as well. Right. Let's do this. Shannon Courtney or Katie Taylor? 1 or 2? Press 1 for Shannon Courtney. Press 2 for Katie Taylor. 1 sec. One sec. I can't spell her name. Here we go. Right, let's do this. Katie Taylor or show me Ebony Bridges. Right, let me try and get a good picture of here we go. Right, let's sort this out now once and for all. Right? Press 1 for Shannon Courtney. Press 2 for Katie Taylor. That picture of Katie Taylor ain't the best. But I can't find any better right now. That's not a bad picture. That's not a bad picture. Who's better? 1 for what? Oh, you're going for Shannon Courtney? No! You're all going for Shannon Courtney. It's the picture though, isn't it? That Shannon Courtney doesn't look like that. It's the picture. Oh, all of you are going for Shannon Courtney. Yeah, but it's the picture that got you all, man. You lot find EDO members sexy. I'm cool with that as a black man. Each to their own. I'm not joking, yeah? I am not joking, guys. I just got a text from my other half. And she sent me a text. She sent me a text saying, who's better? That's my cue to take these pictures down. Well, text, who's better? Well, I think we're gonna put these polls to the end now. Right. Let's have a look at these comments. Shannon makes a lot more effort though. Katie doesn't give a fuck. Well, mate, Katie's a boxer. She ain't there to please you. Silver Server says, come on, man. It's not even a contest. It's not even a contest. Hey, all you guys going for Shannon Courtney. All right, can I change your mind with this? 1 sec. You guys are saying Shannon Courtney is better looking than Katie Taylor. Hold up. What if I can change your mind? Hold on. All right, let's go. Okay, this is a bit... Oh, okay, that's not a fair picture, is it? Because she was a bit younger then. But you know what's coming, innit? You know what's coming. I'll find it. She does not look like that without makeup on. You know it, and I know it. And I'm trying to find the picture. Right, this will do. Right, let me zoom in here. All right, let's just do a rerun, yeah? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Like true Democrats, yeah? Like true Democrats, or like the EU. When we don't like the answer the first time, we simply rerun the poll. We'd have another vote, right? So, shout out to all my EU brothers out there. Let's have a second referendum on this, right? Before we start talking about the boxing. Second referendum, right? One more time, yeah? Who is the better looking? Katie Taylor, let me zoom out of this. Let me get a good picture of Katie Taylor going. Right. Oh, that's not... let's just do it. Right. Katie Taylor or Shannon Courtney? Let's go. Re-referendum. Who's better? Last one. Let's do it. Get your... It's one for Shannon Courtney and it's 2 for Katie Taylor. So if you think Shannon Courtney's better looking, it's a 1. If you think Katie Taylor's better looking, it's a 2. Second referendum, you guys are still voting the same way. Okay. You guys are still going for Shannon Courtney over Katie Taylor. Okay. All right. It is what it is. All right. The ones are coming in. Boxing Hype says Shannon Courtney all day, every day. And she's a teacher. Shannon Courtney ain't a teacher. You're thinking about Ebony Bridges. Shannon Courtney ain't no damn teacher. What does Shannon Courtney teach? Can you imagine Shannon Courtney doing a lesson on ethnic minorities? That's what Shannon Courtney should be teaching if she was in school. Shannon Courtney, head teacher of diversity. You guys are all going for one. Hold on. Hold on. The 2s are coming in. Katie Taylor Army, stand up. Oh, look at Robert Letters. Katie more beautiful inside than out. Oh, there you go, Robert. Robert's the kind of guy to fucking leave roses on his wife's bed after he's given her one. Katie more beautiful inside than out. Silver Server says Katie looks like Kris Jenner. No, she does not. I think Katie Taylor's getting this, you know. Oh, a few of you are voting twice, you motherfuckers. Okay, let's leave it. Let's carry on with the boxing. See, I can't trust you guys to do nothing. All I have to do is vote once, and some motherfuckers are voting 2 and 3 times, trying to scoot up. This really is like an election, isn't it? We've had everything, isn't it? This section has been very much, yeah, a microcosm of modern day politics, hasn't it? We've had dodgy voting, we've had the dodgy voting, and we've had the revotes as well. Bloody hell, maybe we can all learn something from maybe we can all learn something from today's show. Yeah, recounts, yeah. We've had recounts, we've had people voting twice. Funny that, isn't it? Right. Let's carry on. Okay. I've got to be careful what I say, otherwise all of a sudden I'm gonna get smashed again by you know what. Right. Jack Cullen is currently in the ring getting pieced up by an African lion, as Joe Joyce would call them. Let me just zoom out on this Michael Benson page and put my my banner back up. Right, we are in. Oh my gosh, we've got another 9 fucking rounds of this. We're waiting for the main event. Parker versus Chisora. Volks UK says Ultra, who wins, Eddie Hearn or Leonard Ellaby? I would probably go with Leonard Ellaby. Leonard Ellaby was actually a bodyguard, for Floyd. So I think Leonard Ellaby's probably been in more conflict. But it wouldn't surprise if Eddie Hearn won, But I'm going to lean towards Leonard Ellaby. Mainly because, he was an actual bodyguard. You guys are sending me information about Shannon Courtney looking terrible during tonight's fight, because obviously Shannon Courtney is at the event, watching it. So you guys have sent me information on Shannon Courtney looking absolutely terrible, but you're not giving me any pictures. If anybody has any pictures of Shannon Courtney, I'm trying to find them now. We've got a few spies out there watching the show tonight, and they're saying that Shannon Courtney is at the event tonight, but she's looking pretty fucking terrible. We saw Ebony Bridges last week. Ebony Bridges has put on some weight, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to get some. I can't find any tweets. Chevron or anybody else. If anybody can get any pictures of Shannon Courtney, let me know. I'll be interested to see them. Oh, Ingram can't find a thing. Hold on, let me see. Richard is. Oh, I don't think Richard's here. I was going to ask if Richard could get something to Ingram. Ingram's the zone isn't working. Ingram's the zone isn't working at the minute. All right, let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. So Eddie Hearn or Leonard Ellaby. If Leonard gets a nosebleed, it's over. That's racist and also very funny. Chevron thinks Leonard 100%, but Chevron's like Mr. PBC, so he would say that. TMT says Hearn is so soft, not about that life. Eddie Hearn ain't about that life, and neither am I, but I don't pretend to be. But Eddie Hearn ain't about that fucking life. Leonard Ellaby was an actual bodyguard. I mean, listen, let's get it straight. Eddie Hearn, right, is 6'5". He's really tall. So listen, those kind of things are always hard to overcome because he's a very, very tall individual. But I've seen him punch on the pads, yeah. And he looks terrible. Hold on one sec. I've just got someone trying to troll me on Twitter. Okay. Sorry about that. Just someone trolling me on Twitter. All right, let's have a look here. Can someone tell me? We've got. Oh, here we go. Richard from Twitter's here. Richard, can you? Let me just say something. Richard, yeah. If you have any, how do I say this, Richard? Richard, if you've got any, just email me, Richard, with a couple of whats, because I wanna send it to Ingram. So if you've got a couple of whats, just email me, Richard, if you got them. Lamb Chop says Eddie Hearn would be fucked. Eddie Hills, though, that's a different matter. Robert Letter said Hearn would shit the bed if I was to put it on him. Eddie Hearn would knock me out in 2 seconds. Eddie Hearn would knock me out. I'm like 5'7", and I'm fat and overweight at the minute. Eddie Hearn would KO me, man. I wouldn't have a chance against Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's I'm an overweight super middle right now, pushing light heavy. That's how big I am. Eddie Hearn is like, a semi in shape heavy. He'd kill me. I think he'd kill me anyway. But he's got no boxing skill. I've seen Eddie Hearn on the pads, and he looks dreadful. I tell you what. I've seen Eddie. Let me see if we can get a video up of Eddie Hearn on the pads. Hold on. I've seen Eddie Hearn on the pads, and he looks awful. And it's so funny how he claims he's had amateur fights, but he doesn't even know how to punch correctly. It's bizarre, isn't it? The man claims he's had all these amateur boxing fights. He claims he had 3 fights in the amateurs, right? Yet he doesn't even know how to fucking punch properly. And he really can't. I'm not going to get done for copyright by putting it up here, but if you go and look at Eddie Hearn pads and go and have a look at him, he is dreadful. 125 in the chat, only 47 likes. Absolutely and utterly disgusting. Just to say, I hope Boris Johnson comes down to your house and locks you down in person. Please hit the like button. Yeah? Doing it for free. 122 people in the chat, 49 likes. I hope Boris Johnson comes round to your house, locks you down, and then has a Christmas party right in front of you. How's about that? Can somebody go into the chat of Tunde Ajayi and Spencer Fearon and find out how far we are behind them? Can somebody find out? Can someone get me the numbers for Tunde and Spencer? Hopefully, post-fight we'll get close to them because we're just mucking around right now. We haven't. Voice of Reason says when it starts. Listen, that fight, I would say Chisora and Parker is about half an hour away from happening. I would say half an hour away from them coming to the ring. So we're not missing anything in a minute, mate. Boxing Hype says now watch him on the speed bag. The speed bag is literally pointless. The speed bag is one of the most pointless things in a boxing gym, Boxing Hype. It's so pointless, the speed bag. It is literally probably, I would say, the speed bag is the most pointless piece of equipment in any boxing gym. It's literally fucking useless, in my opinion. And when I used to train in just a normal gym, not a boxing gym, right? We used to have a speed bag and we used to have a heavy bag, right? And I always used to be on the heavy bag, yeah, just working around the bag. And then you'd always get some big muscle-bound dudes, yeah, and they go straight to the speed bag and they start knocking the speed bag around. But when they went on the heavy bag, they looked dreadful because when you're on the speed bag, you're not moving your feet. Makes sense. You're not moving your feet. You're not moving back to avoid the bag. You can't take angles around the bag. Does that make sense? So it's completely different. And I've seen a lot of guys, like I said, they're on the speed bag. They look great. They look great being stationary on the speed bag. And then when they get on the heavy bag, they look fucking dreadful. And when I was in the gym, I used to see it all the time where I used to be on the bag, right? And you get all these big muscle-bound bodybuilders who want to prove they're tough. But they wouldn't come on the heavy bag next to me because they look like shit because they got no feet. But they jump on the fucking speed bag and start going away. The speed bag's fucking useless. Niall Payton says, is this fight happening tonight? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. Yes, it is. In about 20 minutes to half an hour. So, yes, it is. Samuel Harrison says they're doing 303. We're getting destroyed by Tunde Ajayi and Spencer Fearon. But there's still time to make a comeback. There is still time. What are they even talking about? What are they talking about? They can't be talking about Jack Cullen. They're probably cheating again by having Anthony Yard join them on the live. So they're probably cheating or something like that. They can't be doing commentary on Jack Cullen or something like that. So it is what it is. Yep, likes in the camp. Shout out to Tunde Ajayi and Spencer Fearon. It is what it is. Let's have a look here. Blah, blah, blah. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley later on tonight. Looks like I'll be probably doing a live for that. As you can see here, I think we can get away with playing some of these videos. Jake Paul threatening that he's going to destroy Tyron Woodley tonight. I think Jake Paul is one of the best of the YouTube boxers, but I think he's very much overrated. Daryl's in the house. Big up, Daryl. Shout out to my boy, Daryl. Big up, Daryl. Oh, hold on. He saved it, yeah. Bang, bang, bang. Thank you very much, Richard. I'm just going to be forwarding that on. See, just in case. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. I forwarded those on. Right, let's have a look at the main event. Let's talk about the main event since we're half an hour away. Right. The poll, we've had 165 votes on tonight's poll. 66% of you believe that Parker will beat Chisora in tonight's fight. What do you guys think? First question, all right? If Chisora loses, should he retire? What's it? There you go. If Chisora loses, should he retire? Press 1 for Chisora should retire and press 2 for Chisora should not retire. So let's just start talking about tonight's main event. Chisora versus Parker. If Dereck Chisora gets beat tonight by Joseph Parker, should Chisora retire? Yes or no? A lot of you are saying no. I'm fine with that. You want to see him carry on being a gatekeeper. Who would you like to see him be a gatekeeper for? Who would you like to see Chisora fight if he gets beat by Parker tonight? What fights do you see down the line? Jesus Christ, my throat is getting absolutely terrible. Maybe it's just a micron, you know. My throat is awful. Not doing too good at the minute. Let's have a look. Most of you are saying no. Look, no chance. You don't think he should retire. Not will he retire, but do you think he should retire? And most of you are saying no. You don't think Chisora should retire, which is fine. Cool. Give me some fights for Chisora then. Beetlejuice Green is saying Chisora should fight Babić. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Call that fight what? That fight would be AIDS in a tin can. Chisora versus Babić. Look, good fight to watch, but Jesus Christ. Volts UK saying the same thing. Chisora will become the British gatekeeper for Babić and the prospect. So you guys want to see Chisora carry on boxing after this and fight the likes of Alan Babić. All right, let me tell you something right now. If Chisora can't beat Alan Babić, should he retire? Yes or no? Right? If Chisora can't beat Alan Babić, should he retire? Yes or no? For me, if he can't beat Alan Babić, he's got to be retirement, right? Got to be, innit? Yes or no? Let me just go and get some Gaviscon. Yeah, you're agreeing. Let me have some Gaviscon. 1 second. Sorry about that. Right. This is the question. If Chisora can't beat Alan Babić, should he retire? Shevin says yes. Samuel Harrison says yes. Gary Harrison says he's going to go the same route as Danny Williams boxed last week. Do you guys know that? Danny Williams boxed last week in the Ukraine. I'm not saying he should be boxing, but he looks in tremendous shape, though. Danny Williams waited until he was like fucking 60 years old to get into the greatest shape of his career. Hold on. Did you get your picture of Danny Williams? Here we go. Sad to see, but Danny Williams is still boxing. And to be fair, he is in very, very, very good shape. There you go. He got TKO'd in round 2. They're saying it was a very, very strange TKO. I'd imagine Danny Williams did what he was told for the payday. But there you go. There's a very, very bad picture of Danny Williams boxing last week in the Ukraine. Got beat for the 29th time. Sad story, Danny Williams, that he's still boxing. But it is what it is. But he is trying to give his children the best life possible. I mean, Danny Williams sends his children to private school. So, fucking sending your children to private school is enough to make anybody go broke. You know what I mean? No matter how fucking rich you are. Do you know what I mean? Sending your kids to private school is enough to make it to break even lottery winners. Millionaires. Dapper Dap says, Derek's the realest out there. The boxing game's been cold towards him when all he ever does is bring the heat. We need more beasts like Dereck. What do you guys think about that comment? What do you guys think about this comment from Dapper Daps? 1 for a thumbs up and 2 for a thumbs down. Derek's the realest out there. The boxing game's been cold towards him when all he ever does is bring the heat. We need more beasts than Dereck. Listen, we need more beasts like Dereck. I'll be honest with you. As long as Dereck Chisora is never on pay-per-view again, ever, I'm cool with him continuing to box. If he's going to continue to box on pay-per-view, then there's going to be a problem. Because I don't like the way that Dereck Chisora has been like sort of shoved down the throats of everybody as a pay-per-view fighter. I'm aware that Jack Cullen's down. Is he out? I don't even care, really. But it looks like Jack Cullen... Oh, my gosh. Jack Cullen just got taken out, yeah, by an African lion who's doing press-ups in the middle of the ring and the referee's telling him off. This man knocked out Jack Cullen and then got down to the ring and did 10 press-ups. Bro, this man's a savage. This is what I'm saying. These are the kind of fighters that need to be on pay-per-view. Not no fucking Dereck Chisora. Do you feel me? Let me get you a picture of this. Look. This man here. Is it too late to vote for Fighter of the Year? This man here, look, you can see, look, this man here, look. Jack Cullen, yeah, is on the floor getting looked at. This man here sparked out Jack Cullen and then just did press-ups in the middle of the... Then got down and did 10 in the middle of the ring. That's ice cold, you know. That's ice cold. I tell you, I'd hate to get iced like that, you know. Imagine that. Getting iced in front of your friends and family. And then your opponent gets down and does 10 press-ups. Bro, he got iced and his opponent did 10 press-ups. Hey. Fair play, man. Fair play. Volts UK says if it was a white dude doing press-ups, they would have let him continue. I thought the ref was going to deduct him a point. Even though the fight was over, that ref was fuming about them press-ups, wasn't he? He was fuming. I thought even though the fight's over, he was going to deduct this man a point. or disqualify him for doing press-ups. Savage, bro. Who is this guy? What's his name? He a fucking absolute certified savage, bro. Make no mistake about it. These dudes ain't playing no games. Right. It looks like we're getting the main event. What did you guys think about the last Chisora versus Parker fight? What did you guys think about that? I thought Parker won it quite clearly to me. Who did you guys have winning the last fight? Chisora or Parker? Who did you have winning the last fight? Chisora or Parker? Let me know. Because it was very, very controversial. I thought Joseph Parker boxed his head off. I think the problem with Dereck Chisora is he hits a lot of arms in fights. It's constant. We saw it in the Usyk fight. You know, a lot of these casual fans be scoring points for Chisora for hitting arms and shit. But really, the target areas are the fucking body and the head. But Dereck Chisora seems to hit a lot of arms in fights. And he seems to get a lot of credit for hitting a lot of arms in fights. And I've never really been able to understand that, I've never really been able to understand why that is. They give Dereck Chisora so much credit for hitting arms and shoulders and elbows. Yeah. If CompuBox, if CompuBox changed their stats to see how often Chisora hit arms. Chisora is the most accurate arm puncher in all of boxing. 100%. Like, Chisora is the most accurate arm, elbow, and shoulder puncher in all of boxing. When it comes to hitting the fucking target, it's a different story. Let's have a look. Who did you have winning the last fight? Let's have a look at some comments. Sharon had Parker winning the last fight. Lunken had Parker, clearly took over the second half of the fight. I agree. Mr. Point had Parker. Dave Lane had Parker, but it was very scrappy. Richard from Twitter says the fans were the winners. Yeah. The fans were the winners. Yeah. Yeah. The fans were the winners. In the same way, I might just be, well, it is what it is. ABB had it 7-5 to Parker. TMT thought Parker won. Robert Letter says, I thought it was a close fight. Chisora goes for the KO, but can never land. Well, yeah. Chisora knocks out a lot of elbows. He knocks out a lot of elbows and arms. He doesn't knock out a lot of chins. That's the issue. Silver Surfer says Parker looking big as hell. Put 10 pounds on. He looking for the KO. Well, could it be? Or could it? Well, has it? Oh, yeah, it could be. William Angel says I had Parker, but it's always the same old story with these two. Do you know? Listen. Anthony Joshua's resume, Parker's like one of the biggest names here on the resume of Lord Anthony Joshua, isn't it? Every time we hear about Lord Anthony Joshua's resume, we always hear about, but Ultra, what about Parker and Takam and Povetkin? So I tell you what, if Joseph Parker gets taken out, by Dereck Chisora tonight, I mean, Anthony Joshua fans are going to be in hell because that's yet another name that they can't use. Have you ever noticed how Anthony Joshua fans used to use Dominic Brazil? Back in the day, Anthony Joshua, AJ beat Dominic Brazil and Takam and Parker until Wilder knocked out Brazil in the round. And then all of a sudden, Anthony Joshua fans never mentioned Dominic Brazil's name ever again. The same shit's going to happen, tonight if Chisora beats Parker, All of a sudden, a lot of these resumes that are posted on Twitter, they're going to get a change, innit? They're going to get a change. Let's get this up in a minute. Kazim's asking me what time UK. 15 minutes if you're interested. 162 in the chat. I'm still trying to find out if Ingram's going to do this live or not. It is what it is. If you're joining us live, the main event will be with us in around about 5 or 10 minutes time. 162 in the chat. 66 likes. Absolutely vile to give me 66 likes. If you can please show a brother some respect. If you believe that Black Lives Matter, please hit the like button. 162 in the chat, 66 views. Absolutely atrocious. The main event will be in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm guessing. It is imminent. Joseph Parker versus Dereck Chisora Part 2. And it's going to be more of the same. You know how Dereck Chisora is going to fight. You know what Dereck Chisora is going to do. Dereck Chisora is going to come forward in that low guard. I tell you one thing I will say about the fight tonight. He didn't throw it enough in the first fight, but Joseph Parker, the uppercut, will be there for him like it is in every Dereck Chisora fight, because Dereck Chisora always brings that head over on that front foot. And you know what? One technical little tip for you to watch out for, all right, if you're interested. One thing I've always found fascinating about Dereck Chisora is when Chisora goes low. You know when Chisora goes low, he covers up, he goes low, and he looks to dip and sway underneath the shots. If you look at Chisora's head position half the time, Dereck Chisora is looking at the floor. So a lot of the time when Dereck Chisora is doing that dipping, ducking, and swaying, a lot of the time, he's not even looking at his opponent's chest, and he's not even looking at his opponent's torso, which is dangerous. Again, a lot of these so-called world-class boxing coaches, they put up all these Instagram pics of themselves and talk about the analysis phase. But when you see these fighters get in the ring, they do things that are absolutely bizarre. But that's something to watch out for with Dereck Chisora. Those two things. When Dereck Chisora comes forward, yeah, with that Joe Frazier style, tucks up into what's the term I use? He goes low. He looks to duck and sway under shots. The two things to watch out for that Dereck Chisora, the two big mistakes that Dereck Chisora makes in fights from a technical perspective is this. His head comes right over his front foot. You'll see that tonight. When he goes low and goes in close, his head comes right over his front foot. So he's always a sitting duck for the uppercut. Tyson Fury couldn't miss Dereck Chisora with the uppercut up close in their rematch. He nailed Chisora with that shot all night long. Joseph Parker began to land the uppercut on Chisora in the second half of the first fight. I believe the uppercut will be a key shot for Parker tonight. And the second big mistake that Dereck Chisora makes is he doesn't even look at the target. Watch what you need to watch. When Chisora's doing all that, when he changes levels, right? When Chisora comes up close and he changes levels and he starts to duck in and swaying, right? And what he always looks for is that overhand right. We know that with Chisora. We know Chisora always goes low, roll, and he rolls into an overhand right? But look at where his head's pointed at. Look at where his eyes are pointed at. And if you look at his eyes and look at his head position, you'll see that a lot of the time when Chisora goes low, rolls, and tries to throw the overhand right, he's throwing it blind. He's not even looking at the opponent. He's got no view of the opponent's torso. The Caballel fight was another fight where I picked that up. So, because of the way Chisora fights, because he makes a lot of basic mistakes in the ring, there's a lot of things that you can do. I mean, he's still obviously extremely tough to fight, but there's things that you can do in the ring of Chisora. Here's another third tip. Here's a third technical tip, yeah? Which they won't tell you on Tunde Ajayi and Spencer Fearon's channel, I guarantee you, right? Shout out to Tunde and Spencer. Here's another technical tip if you're interested in technical boxing, right? Why is my monitor about to turn off? There you go. If you're interested in technical boxing, when Chisora goes low, right? When Chisora starts trying to come underneath the punches, when Chisora starts trying to roll underneath the punches and throw his counters, or roll underneath the punches and throw his overhands, because he's not even looking at the target, because his head's pointing to the floor and he can't see what's going on, he's blindly throwing these shots. A lot of fighters find it very, very easy to use head control on Chisora. So when his head goes down, you'll see Parker tonight. As soon as Chisora's head goes down, they put that hand on the top of his head and they control him. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Yes or no? They use what's called head control. Because he's not looking where he's going. He's dipping, he's rolling underneath the shots, but he's not looking, his head's at the floor. And when a fighter's head's pointing to the floor and they can't see what the opponent's doing and they can't see what the opponent's what punches the opponent's throwing, and they're blindly throwing those overhand shots, they become very, very easy to control. And you'll see Parker do that tonight. Watch out for that. Watch out for Chisora going low, trying to roll under the shots, and watch out for Parker putting that lead hand on top of Chisora's head and pushing his head down and then pivoting off and taking space. He'll use head control. So some of the stuff that Chisora does in the ring, yeah, you see it like white collar level. When I used to be in the boxing gym frequently, yeah, before COVID turned up, right? That's some of the stuff that Chisora used to do in the ring is something that we used to see in white collar level boxing. And we used to tell people, look, when you roll a shot or when you roll underneath a shot, keep your eyes on the opponent's torso. You need to keep your eyes on the opponent. Don't let your eyes, when you roll under a punch, don't let your eyes fall to the floor because you become blind. And when you can't see the shots coming, you can be in big trouble, particularly uppercuts. Uppercut is one of the last shots in boxing that you want to take your eyes off. Uppercut is one of the last shots in boxing when you want to be up on the inside, rolling, and you don't see coming. So watch out for that. And like I said, some of the stuff that Chisora does, you don't even see it. We try and coach that out of beginners at white collar level. Shout out to Mr. JR. I don't know if you know Mr. JR, right? He was quite a regular on the old channel. He actually had a fight, a white collar fight. When did JR have his white collar fight? JR had his white collar fight last week, right? And I sent JR a video about 6 months to a year ago. He asked me for some tips on boxing. I am not a boxing coach, but he sent me a video of himself sparring, yeah? He sent me a video of himself sparring, and he asked me to analyze it and give him some tips, right? And I gave him some tips. I gave him some tips, basically, on what to do, what not to do in the boxing ring. And he said he took that into a fight. He showed me the video. He got into a fight with somebody. He was the big underdog. He was basically brought in to lose, and he actually won the fight. And he, no joke, I'll send you it in a minute. He look, I don't want to show you the fight, but he hit me up on Twitter and he said, "Big thanks, Ultra. Some of your tips really helped me winning that fight." And the reason I'm bringing that up is not to big myself up, but one of the things he was doing, and this is white collar level, was when he was rolling underneath the shots, his eyes were put into the floor. And I was saying in the video, when you roll, keep your eyes on the torso. If you can't keep your eyes on the head, keep your eyes on the torso. And this is like the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s of boxing. And Dereck Chisora doesn't even do that. So I'm going with Joseph Parker. If Joseph Parker is the fighter we think he is tonight, he should win. Possible late stoppage by accumulation. Like I said before, the key for Parker is very, very simple. You want to keep it nice and long behind the jab early on. If Chisora gets in close and starts trying to roll underneath, so if Chisora is successful at closing the distance and rolling under the shots, head control. Very, very important. When he goes low, place that lead hand on top of the head, push his head down. Tyson Fury did it. Caballero did it. That's your go-to against Chisora. When he looks to roll the shots and go low, place your lead hand on top of his head and push his head down. Lead head control, control his head. And that way you'll stop him. You'll stop him from getting off with his shots. You'll stop him from getting off with them overhands. And put pivots in. Take yourself off the ropes. And this should be a routine decision / stoppage for Joseph Parker if we believe he's the fighter who we think he is. Because that's what this fight's about tonight. This fight tonight really is all about Joseph Parker. It's all about, is Joseph Parker the fighter that we think he is? If he is, then he'll be able to carry on from where he was in the second half of the fight. He'll be able to carry on from where he left off in the second half of the last fight, and he'll be able to win this fight. But if he doesn't, then it's going to be embarrassing. But I personally don't think Dereck Chisora has changed. I don't think Dereck Chisora is capable of changing. I think Dereck Chisora is stuck in his ways. I don't care how many coaches you throw at Dereck Chisora. For me, he's a guy who only knows one way to fight, and it is what it is. So it is what it is. Chisora only knows one way to fight, so that's what it's going to be. Oopsie daisy. So I'm going for Parker. William Agnell says, yeah, it's about time Parker put in a convincing show. Listen, this is it. Parker's almost in the terms of the last chance saloon. Not in terms of his boxing career, but in terms of being considered anywhere near an elite level heavyweight. Joseph Parker is starting to get towards the last chance saloon. A few more bad performances, and people just aren't going to mention him. Yeah. In the pantheon of top heavyweights. He's just not going to get mentioned, which is bad news for Anthony Joshua's resume. Courtney Kettle says Chisora wishes he could fight like Joe Frazier. He lacks upper body and head movement. It is what it is. I think I said Chisora, watch out for that, because I'll be watching out for that in 5 minutes' time. Watch out for Dereck Chisora's head, and watch out to see how Dereck Chisora looks at the ground instead of looking at the opponent. But other than that, Chisora, another thing is Chisora always throws the same shots anyway. Chisora only looks for the overhand right. And that's what we'll be looking for tonight. So again, if you're Joseph Parker, you want to be circling away from Chisora's right hand. Yeah? If you're Parker tonight, you want to be circling away from Chisora's right hand, because Chisora always does the same thing. Chisora's going to look to walk you into the right hand and set you up for the overhand right. So Parker needs to get behind the jab and circle away from the right hand early on. Wait for the steam to go out of Chisora. If Chisora falls over the front foot, bring up the uppercut. If Chisora gets up close, head control, place the lead hand on top of his head, push his head down, spin around, get out. Noel Payton says, if you did Super Chats Ultra, you would get my last 58p. Well, it is what it is. Buzz Bomb says, only a devastating KO will revive Joseph's career. It's getting harder it's getting harder and harder by the day for people to convince the general public that Joseph Parker was some kind. Can you remember going into the Anthony Joshua fight? People said he was an elite level heavyweight. Can you remember that? Like Joseph Parker, when he was going to unify against Anthony Joshua, people actually gave him a chance to win and said he was elite level heavyweight. Now he's going life and death with Dereck Chisora. How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. Let's have a look through some of these chats. Dave Lane says Parker versus Ruiz 2 on the undercard of Fury versus Whyte would be good. I think, like I said before, Andy Ruiz is heading to a pay-per-view. No, so that's Ortiz and Charles Martin, isn't it? Andy Ruiz hasn't got a fight yet, but they're trying to move Andy Ruiz towards Deontay Wilder pay-per-view. So you could see that. That's what they want to do. They're trying to move Andy Ruiz towards Wilder, which I think is a tremendous fight. And I actually believe that Deontay Wilder will get Andy Ruiz out of there. And Andy Ruiz has got a great chance to win that fight. Dereck Chisora is getting ready to do his ring walk. He's currently getting his War Chisora bandana being put on. So Dereck Chisora is backstage now. He'll be ring walking to Hotel California probably in the next 5 minutes or so. Get ready for the rematch that nobody wanted. Dereck Chisora versus Joseph Parker. This fight has been so anticipated. The anticipation for this fight has been so great. We have spent the first 1 hour of this 1 hour, 17-minute stream deciding who's fitter, Katie Taylor or Shannon Courtney. That's how anticipated this fight has been on this channel, but it is what it is. Ty Musk says, could the bulk slow Parker down? He's put on a bit of extra muscle. Chisora looks on point. I have to say, I'm watching the DAZN coverage right now. Tony Bellew is currently talking a lot, so obviously I've got it muted. The crowd looks surprisingly large, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like an absolute complete sellout there. So I'd imagine we've got some comp tickets. Either that or Dereck Chisora and Joseph Parker are just a lot more popular than I thought. That is strange, isn't it? The arena looks absolutely rammed. Look at it. Can you see that on DAZN? The arena looks rammed top to bottom. So either Dereck Chisora and Joseph Parker are bigger ticket sellers than I thought they were, or, like I said before, somebody's getting comp tickets. It is what it is. Volts UK. Let me get some good graphics up for Parker versus Chisora quickly. Get some good graphics for Parker versus Chisora. Parker's in the change room. Looks in good shape. Andy Lee there. Chisora's coming to the ring. So Chisora's about to do his ring walk. So this fight is about to start. Let me get some decent graphics on. If you're interested, I think we might be live again tonight for Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley. Possibly. Let's get that up here in the meantime. In fact, I know what to get up in the meantime. Volts UK says, Sinisa Estrada is fine. No, she's not. Let me get up a picture anyway. Volts UK is saying Sinisa Estrada. There you go. Volts UK, Sinisa Estrada is fine. She looks like Nonito Donaire to me. What are we saying about that? Sinisa Estrada. Volts UK is saying Sinisa Estrada is fine. Sinisa Estrada looking very, very strangely like Nonito Donaire. Has she been seen in the same room as Nonito Donaire? Because they look like the same fucking person to me. And now he's coming up with excuses. You picked a bad one ultra. Okay, let's find a good one. Is that a better one? Or not? Is that a better one? Let's have a look. LTN says, who got voted the fittest? Katie Taylor or Shannon Courtney? I think Shannon Courtney won that one by stoppage, mate. That was a shock to me, you know. I checked Katie Taylor all the way, but Shannon Courtney won by stoppage. So for those of you who've been joining, Shannon Courtney, according to the voters on this channel, is fitter than Katie Taylor. It is what it is. I still think a few people on this channel need to go to Specsavers during lockdown, but that is just me. There you go. Volts UK. There you go. That's Sinisa Estrada, by the way. Volts UK. Can somebody quickly tell me? 194 in the chat. Dereck Chisora is making his way to the ring. 194 in the chat. We was as high as 200 a few minutes ago. Can somebody tell me how many have Spencer Fearon and Tunde Ajayi got? I want to get as close to these boys as possible. But we're doing very good numbers. 1,000 subscribers and 200 in the chat. Please hit the like button. The main event is getting ready to start. What's Chevin been saying about? They got 358. Jesus Christ! I might have to. Do you know what I mean? I might have to report them or something. I'm sure they're cheating, filling the numbers. Shout out to Spencer Fearon and Tunde Jai, doing tremendous numbers right now. Chevin saying that Sinisa Estrada needs one of those Ricky Lake look at me now makeovers. That is absolutely savage. That is absolutely savage. I don't think she's bad looking. Okay, Dereck Chisora is making his way to the arena. Will this be loss number 12 for Dereck Chisora, or will he beat, Will he beat the man that they were calling world class? Will he beat the man they were calling an elite level heavyweight? Will he beat Joseph Parker tonight? Chisora claims he was robbed in the last fight. Every fight Chisora loses, he claims he's robbed, right? He claimed he was robbed against Usyk. He claimed he was robbed against Joseph Parker. We're going to see if Dereck Chisora can set the record straight tonight. Simple as that. Can he set the record straight tonight? Dereck Chisora coming to the ring. Here it is. Let's have a look here. Coming out to, here comes the Eagles, Hotel California. Yeah, here we go. So Chisora coming to the ring. Smart people have worked out by now. Obviously, we will not be showing footage of the fight live because we're not fucking stupid. But you will get to hear my rather entertaining and semi amusing commentary during the fight. It is what it is. Chisora, I can't believe this crowd they've got. Richard said something about tickets being comped. I'm just trying to find that comment. Right, here we go. Richard said, I know someone who got given comp tickets to this and the other Manchester one the other day. Yeah, you know Matchroom are comping tickets because there's no way that this many people are coming out to watch fucking Chisora and Parker and paying fucking money. Especially on the verge of a fucking lockdown. There's no fucking way this happens. There's no way. So it is what it is. Let's have a look. One sec. Let's go with that. Roger Rabbit says Chisora has the best ring music. What do you think? Do you think Chisora has the best entrance music in boxing? I don't think he does. Parker is coming to the ring now. Is Tyson Fury at this? Oh no, Tyson won't turn up at this fight because it's a DAZN fight, right? So it is what it is. Joseph Parker is making his way to the ring. Mark Stanton says Parker has got Katie Taylor's shoulder pads on. But one more time for those of you who missed it. Katie Taylor, I know a lot of you love Katie Taylor. I know a lot of you guys are big man fans of Saint Katie Taylor, the icon of female boxing. Joseph Parker is coming to the ring right now. But in a quick flashback, this is Katie Taylor's outfit and attire from earlier on today. What are we saying about that for those of you who are new? Katie Taylor. I think she's a good-looking woman. But that is one of the worst jackets I have ever seen on live TV. Don't these people have stylists? Don't they have stylists, don't they? Like, when you go on GMTV first thing in the morning, normally they have a stylist who, makes sure that you look correct before you go on TV. Obviously, Katie Taylor does not have a stylist because those jackets and those shoulder pads are awful. And that jacket does look, about 6 sizes too big for her. So Katie Taylor has already taken an L tonight. Will we see Joseph Parker take a similar L as well? Woof, that's cold. Woof, woof. It is what it is. Right. Let me get my DAZN on. We are getting ready. Yeah. Dapper Dap says MJ, who's bad? I mean, it is Michael Jackson-esque, isn't it? It is Michael Jackson-esque. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Joseph Parker is currently walking to the ring. This fight is imminent. Hold on. This will make you laugh. All right, look. One more time on this Katie Taylor thing, and then we're going to do the main event. Look. Separated at birth, right? One sec. Separated at birth. Oh my God. I nailed it, with this comparison. Hold on. Katie Taylor, man. There you go. Shit, I'm telling you. It's like Katie Taylor went on the fucking... It's like Katie Taylor went to Madame Tussauds and nicked Michael Jackson's jacket. I mean, it is just absolutely bizarre. That is absolutely bizarre, though, isn't it? Seriously. Somebody told her that she looked good dressing like this, bro. Can you fucking believe this shit? Can you believe this? Volts UK says smooth criminal. Even the shoulders are the same. Even the shoulders are the same. Fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. It is what it is. Shout out to Katie Taylor. Shout out to Katie Taylor. It is what it is. There you go. Right. These two are in the ring. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. These two are in the ring, and it is what it is. Samuel Harrison says the WBO Intercontinental title is on the line. Is that true? Is that true? The WBO Intercontinental is on the line tonight. Fuck me. Are you serious? They got a fucking belt. Jeez, they were. Oh, it is. There's actually some fucking bloke in there with some version of the WBO fucking title. What? Hold on. What's Freddie? Oh, of course. Dereck Chisora is now 258 management. So we've got 258 now. Shout out to 258 management. I wonder why I saw Freddie Cunningham in the ring with Chisora. Look, here's the crowd tonight. All right? I'm going to show you this picture of the crowd. Okay? Tell me, what do you think? I believe, I'm betting you any money, that certain people have got free tickets to tonight's event, because I refuse to believe that Chisora and Parker can pack out an event like this. Now, here's the crowd. Let me get this up on the screen. Here's the crowd, right? As you can see, I'm watching it live on DAZN, yeah? Here's the crowd for tonight's fight. Press 1 if you think, yeah, that this fight's been comped. Press 1 if you think free tickets have been handed out, or press 2 if you actually believe that many people have turned up and paid to watch Chisora versus Parker. I'll tell you what, I see a crowd like that on the verge of lockdown, and I'm telling you right now, the first thing that comes to my mind is they've been handing out free tickets, comped. That's what I think, yeah? But everybody knows I'm a Matchroom hater. And I'm also on the Frank Warren payroll. That's not Photoshop, Bolts. That is a legit... I literally just took that 2 seconds ago. That's from DAZN. That is Chisora versus Parker. That is the crowd tonight. It's absolutely rammed. The question is, has anybody fucking paid for those tickets? Moldy7890 says, tickets being given out at JD Sports again. That's a Matchroom classic, isn't it? That's a Matchroom classic. Free tickets at JD Sports. Freddie Cunningham currently in the ring there with Dereck Chisora. Freddie Cunningham of 258 management and AJ fame. It's disappointed me that Chisora doesn't have anybody with 258 management in the. There's no 258 management t-shirts. Where are they? Where are they? Where are all the 258 management t-shirts at for Chisora? We've now got 200. Oh, it's gone down again. We briefly had 240 in the chat. Come on, hit the like button and let's get as close to beating Tunde Ajayi and Spencer Fearon as possible. Do you really want Tunde and Spencer to win tonight? Is that what you want? Do you want Tunde and Spencer to win? Tunde and Spencer, they're on the dark side. Or do you want the side of goodness to win? AKA me. If you do, hit the like button. 222 in the chat. Dave Lane says the numbers went down when you started mentioning 258. Probably 258. Volts UK says apparently Katie Taylor versus Serrano is a done deal ultra. If I don't see it on Michael Benson's page, I don't believe it. But if it is, we could be seeing the end of Katie Taylor. And that's probably the reason why she's stepping into the ring wearing white arm pads in the manner that she is. She knows it's over. And that's probably why she's dressing in a manner that she's doing. Okay, let's have a look here. Chisora going to be gassed in 4. My DAZN is frozen, ironically. So my DAZN is frozen right as it's come near crunch time, which is ominous, I have to say. Okay, my DAZN is now back up. All right, let's go. 208 people in the chat. Parker versus Chisora. I have got Parker. Stoppage, late points. It's off. Parker takes the center of the ring. That's very, very interesting. So straight away, Parker takes the center of the ring. Chisora's not forcing the pace. Now that's quite interesting. It's Parker who's pushing the pace earlier on. That's a very, very good tactic from Parker. Parker taking the center of the ring, and Parker's being the aggressor, and Chisora's accepted it, and Chisora's backing himself up onto the ropes. That's strange. Normally, Chisora starts like a bull in the china shop. Normally, Chisora's best comes in the first 3 or 4 rounds, and then he starts blowing out of his arse. Parker's looking for the left hook very, very early on. You can see that with the way Parker's faking that left hand. There you go. Throws the left hook, and Chisora rolls underneath it. But you can see early on Parker there pushing Chisora back, being the aggressor. But for me, Parker's shaping up looking for that left hook. To me, you can see the way Parker's faking with the left hand there. It looks to me like he wants to bring the right hand across Chisora. So it looks like he wants to bring the left hook across Chisora, but we'll wait and see. But that's very, very interesting early on. That Chisora just accepting being pushed back by Parker. And that's very, very interesting. Dave Lane is calling it the Dave Coldwell effect. Well, the less said about that effect, the better. Let's have a look. So, yeah, 1 minute 40-ish to go in the first round. It's a Joseph Parker round. Chisora hasn't really been... Dereck Chisora cannot box on the back foot. And there you go. Can you see? Look at Chisora's head. His head hits the floor. So what you've got to look at is when Chisora's head goes low, his head hits the floor. He's not even looking where he's going half the time. And that's a big thing. But Parker's setting him up behind some lovely shots. Now, Chisora's being the aggressor, but Parker's giving himself space. He's had him on the end of some lovely jabs and left hooks. Good right hand there from the inside from Parker. Very, very good start from Parker. You can clearly see he's got the measure here. Just needs to keep turning if you're Joseph Parker. And don't end up on them ropes. Just keep turning. What I would say to you, is look at Dereck Chisora's head position when he goes low. Because a lot of the times, his head goes off the arm of the opponent and goes to the floor. Can you see that when Chisora rolls? Yes or no in the comment section. Just watch Chisora when he goes low. And you see his head, his eyes hit the floor instead of his eyes hitting the opponent. He's going to end up walking himself into something very, very nasty with that. If you're Joseph Parker, obviously you want to just stay behind your jab, throw check hooks and spin off, and just walk Chisora onto shots. But eventually, the right hook's going to come into play from Parker. Watch out for that shot eventually. The right hook to the right uppercut is going to come into play from Joseph Parker. So watch out from that shot early on. Eventually, that's the shot that I think really, really could hurt Chisora. Because like I said, when he comes in low, he takes his eye off the opponent. And I think Parker at the minute is going to step behind jabs and left hooks, Jabs and left hooks. But eventually, Parker's going to put his foot on the gas and look out for a right uppercut up the middle. There you go. Do you see that? Do you see Parker just throw that right uppercut? That was like 1 minute left in round 1. You see Parker just throw that right uppercut there as Chisora bent down. That's the shot that might get Chisora out of there. That's the end. Sorry, that's the end of the first round. That's the shot that I see getting Chisora out of there. But it's a very, very good start from Parker. Chisora, like I said before, you could give this guy 150 million new coaches. He will still do the same thing in the ring every single time. And to be honest, if you look at Chisora, he doesn't have a lot of lateral head movement, does he? Like, he moves his head up and down a lot. He changes levels a lot. But he doesn't really move his head side to side, does he? He just changes levels. Watch Chisora on that. It's like he changes levels. He goes up and down a lot, right? But his head's still on the line all the time. Makes sense? His head is still on that center line. He doesn't lean to his left. He doesn't lean to his right a lot. Do you know what I mean? He comes in up and down, but his head's still on that center line. As the Zola just showing the replay, that right hand, that big right hand that Parker landed on Chisora, a lot of it was chest. I'm just seeing here. Yeah, Parker didn't actually land that big right hand on Chisora. It looked like he landed it clean on the chin, but actually hit Chisora on the chest. But obviously that will be scored. Round 2 is about to start. At the minute, we're looking at Joseph Parker. Wide points, late stoppage, surely. Chisora's got nothing to offer, anything different to what he offered in the first fight. And like I said before, Chisora's not really laterally moving his head. If you look, he's not moving his head to the left or to the right. His head's always on that center line. And Parker's starting to let the right uppercut go. That was a good right hand from Chisora up on the inside, though. Good right hand from Chisora up on the inside. But if you look at Parker, Parker's starting to set him up for the right uppercut up the middle. And like I said before, you've got an opponent like Dereck Chisora. His head's always on that center line. Every time Dereck Chisora sits down and tries to roll shots, he leaves his head on that center line and he looks at the floor. He's an absolute sucker for the right uppercut. And Parker's going to see that shot very soon. But let's see what happens anyway. Chisora is doing a much better job of pushing the pace. Overhand right there from Chisora. Parker just missed Parker's head. Like I said, if you're Parker, you want to just be circling away from that right hand. Because, you know, every time Chisora gets into range, that's what he's going to throw, the overhand right. There you go. And he caught Parker there. You see that? Not a big shot, but Parker leaned back with his chin up in the air, hands down, and he got caught top of the head. And that's going to be the danger of Parker. Good counters from Parker up on the inside, though. Parker letting his hands go. Chisora backing up to the ropes. Parker letting his hands go. But Parker's getting involved in the wrong fight. It's turning into the kind of fight that Chisora wants it to be. It's turning into a slugfest. And that's really disappointing. If you're Parker, jab, jab, yeah, right hand. Jab, jab, left hook, spin off. Yeah, 1 or 2 crisp shots and then pivot off. Don't start engaging. Don't start throwing 4s, 5s, and 6s. Because that's what Chisora likes. Oh, a big right uppercut from Parker. There you go. That was a big right uppercut from Parker. Told you. I know what I'm talking about on this channel. That was a big right uppercut from Parker. That looked like it hurt Chisora, to be honest. Chisora's playing forward, but Parker threw the right uppercut and he throws another one. I told you. That's the shot. That was always going to be a shot going into the fight. Now, ask yourself a question. If I can spot that, right, and I'm doing this for free, then how come fucking boxing coaches are getting paid 10% and they can't spot that? Fucking boxing coach is getting paid 10% of a fighter's purse and they can't spot this. It's obvious, isn't it? That was a big shot, best shot of the fight so far. But like I said before, Parker needs to throw 1 or 2 or 3 crisp shots and get the fuck out. Don't start engaging in long combinations because Chisora's going to try and time you in the middle. What Chisora will want is a war. He'll want Parker to throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch combinations because then he can throw his overhand right in between and catch Parker in the middle of punching. If you're Parker, jab, jab, yeah, he looked for a left uppercut there. Jab, jab, throw the uppercut up the middle, throw the left hook. But Chisora's sitting up for the uppercut. If he gets knocked out, that's the shot that's going to get him out of there. Big shot from Parker, that hurt him. 17 seconds left in the first round. Chisora's blowing out of his ass. Big left hook there from Parker. Right hand, left hook from Parker. Right hand from Parker. But it's the uppercut, it's the shot he needs. Oh, big right hand from Parker. Right hand over the top from Parker. Right hand through the center of the chin. Left hook, right hand. This is the best I've seen Joseph Parker look in a very long time. I mean, look, granted, Dereck Chisora is a glorified heavy bag, but it is what it is. You know, granted, you know, Dereck Chisora is a glorified heavy bag, but it is what it is. Parker looks, do you know what? It's been a long time since Joseph Parker's actually looked semi-explosive in a fight. He actually looks explosive. Let's hear Andy Lee. Right, so Andy Lee's telling Joseph Parker to stay low, all right? Because he says he's only catching you when you stay high. He's not catching you when you go low. So what Andy Lee probably means by that is when Dereck Chisora is backing up Joseph Parker to the ropes, right? Joseph Parker keeps going tall and trying to lean back off Dereck Chisora's overhand right. And when you do that in the boxing ring, it's always risky. It's always risky when the shorter man throws an overhand shot and you try to lean back. Because if you lean back, if you get your timing wrong, you can get caught clean on the chin. So what Andy Lee's asking Joseph Parker to do is go low. When Chisora starts getting into close quarters, you know Chisora's going to throw the overhand right, so go low. Put a bend in your knees, put a dip on your knees, go low. Andy Lee doesn't want Joseph Parker staying tall against the overhand right, because the more he stays tall against it, the more chance it is he's going to get clipped. And that's the only hope Chisora's got of winning this fight at the minute, is the overhand right. We're 2 minutes 30 into round 3 here. This looks like a Parker fight all the way. Parker then not listening to the instructions of that Andy Lee's giving him. That was a good overhand right there from Dereck Chisora. So Joseph Parker not listening to the instructions that Andy Lee's giving him. Andy Lee's told him to stay low. Yeah? And what he means is stay low against the overhand right. Watch when Chisora does that overhand right. And Parker keeps going tall and trying to lean back. He's leaning back and he's catching him top of the head. That's how Joseph Parker got knocked down in the first fight, right? So Andy Lee, it was a big right uppercut there from Parker. Big right hand, big uppercut. There you go. Big uppercut from Parker. Chisora rolling. Yeah, he does this. Mark Stanton says Chisora's in trouble. He looked in trouble there. That was a big right uppercut. He's walking someone to left hooks. The referee stepped in there and had a look, you know. That was a big right uppercut. As we said on the channel, look, 245 now in the chat. Please hit the like button. It is what it is. You know, we do what we do on this channel. You know, we tell you the shots to land and those shots get landed. Why? Because we've actually been in boxing rings, unlike other places. Cough, cough, hint, hint. Right, 1 minute 23 to go. Yeah, big right uppercut from Joseph Parker. Back top Chisora onto the ropes, and he was landing a lot of left hooks. Chisora looks in trouble in this fight. This fight has got leg stoppage written all over it. if Parker can continue to manage the pace. And if you're Parker now, Parker's backing Chisora up onto the ropes. Now, if what I want to see from Parker is that little jab to the body. When Chisora's up against the ropes, when you're the aggressor and Chisora's up against the ropes, if you're Parker, just adjust. Throw that jab to Chisora's body. Get him to drop his hands and throw that right hand over the top. Don't just keep headhunting if you're Joseph Parker now. Parker's in a really, really great position in this fight. Parker's in a very, very good position in this fight. So like I said, when Parker's backing up Chisora, when he had him trapped in the corner like he did there, throw that jab to Chisora's body, get him to drop his hands, right hand over the top. Right hand over the top. Let's see. Chisora continues to throw the overhand right, and Parker continues to stay tall against it. And again, you can never write off Chisora in this fight because he's already dropped Parker in the first fight with an overhand right. And if Parker continues to stay tall and not listen to Andy Lee, then he's going to get caught again. So, like I said, that's what you need to watch out for. When Parker's back hits the ropes, I need to see a dip in them knees. He needs to start rolling under them overhand rights. Yeah? Don't keep taking them tall. Chisora's having a much better second half to this fight. Again, Parker stepped on the gas earlier on. He started to come off the gas, and Chisora started to make it more of a war in that second half of the fight. But to me, Parker, it continues to walk him onto an uppercut. Oh, that was a big right uppercut there. I'm just watching the replay on the zone. Big right uppercut from Parker. And like I said before, all I will say is this. I'm not saying that I know a lot about boxing or anything like that. But all I'm saying is this. Questions must be asked, right? Dereck Chisora's camp, right? Dereck Chisora's camp had fucking how many months to prepare for this fight? Dereck Chisora's camp had 2, 3, 4 months to prepare for this fight. They knew this fight was going to happen. Have you not watched footage and known that the most vulnerable shot that Dereck Chisora is susceptible to is the right uppercut? We said that. I didn't even watch. I did no preparation for this fight. I did no film study in the run-up to this fight. I've seen Dereck Chisora fight before, and I said right uppercut's going to be the shot because Chisora doesn't take his head off the line on the way in, and he looks at the floor when he rolls his head. That's what I said, and that's the shot that's causing him the main problems tonight. The shot that he's been hit with the most tonight is the right uppercut. Now, how can I spot that? And the certified world-class coach in Dave Caldwell can't work that out over a 4-month camp. I don't know how these coaches get paid money when we can spot things in 2 minutes that these world-class coaches can't spot over 3 or 4 month camp. Because Dereck Chisora needs to take his head off the fucking line. We're 2 minutes 30 left in round 4, and Dereck Chisora is now pushing the pace. This is his round so far. He's winning this round on work rate. What I would encourage you to do is look at Chisora's head position. Does he move his head side to side on the way in? Yes or no? Have a look at that. And have a look at, does he move his head side to side on the way in? Or is his head always down the center line, sitting there for a nice uppercut? Or sitting there for a nice right hand over the top? Just watch his head. You can see he doesn't move his head from side to side. His head's always on the line. And he's going to get into trouble. I think he's going to get stopped. That was a nice little left hook, right hook to the body by Joseph Parker. That's better from Parker. Doubles up, left hook upstairs, left hook downstairs. That's good from Parker. Invest in the body. And that right uppercut is still there. And if Parker continues to double up on that left hook upstairs, left hook downstairs, that will make Chisora stop thinking about the right uppercut that will come, and that shot can take him out. But that was a nice little double up there on the left hook from Parker. Nice little bit of lead hand work from Parker. Jab, left hook upstairs, and then sink the left hook into the body. Parker definitely needs to invest a little bit more, particularly when Parker's pushing him back. I like to see Parker invest a little bit more in the body. I will read your comments during the next break. I'm sorry, I'm quite interested in this fight because there could be a stoppage. Now, see, Parker's backing Chisora up. So what I want to see now when Parker's backing Chisora up is sink some body shots in and then go to the head. Don't just headhunt because Chisora goes low. Overhand right from Parker, but I like seeing go something like a left hook. There, massive uppercut. Oh, Chisora's gone. There it is. Massive right. There you go. Big right uppercut. How is Dave Caldwell in the job? That's all I can say. How is Dave Caldwell in the job? I don't understand it. We told you from the get-go. Right uppercut all along. Big right uppercut. Chisora looks like he doesn't even want to get... Hold on. This is going to get stopped, you know. Chisora's playing possum in the corner and Parker won't go in and finish him. Parker needs to go to the body, then the head. Chisora's trying to play possum in the corner. Parker needs to start at the body and go to the head. You see Parker lunged in with a left hook to the head and Chisora rolled it. Don't do that. Jab to the body, overhand right. Left hook to the body, right hook. Start at the body, Parker. Don't start at the head because you'll roll the shot. So what I want to see from Parker, Chisora's in the corner. Parker needs to throw that jab to the body or left hook to the body. And he keeps trying to headhunt. And Chisora's getting away with it. He threw another left hook to the head. This time he threw a left hook to the body. Big overhand right from Chisora. He landed clean. Right uppercut from Parker. Parker is not listening to what he's being told in the coach. He's not listening. He's not listening to what he's been told. And it's disappointing to see because when Dereck Chisora trapped himself in that corner, Parker needs to go start at the body. Don't start at the head. Body shot. Jab to the body, overhand right. Left hook to the body, overhand right. That's how you start. Start at the body. But let's see. I'm looking at the replay. Vicious right uppercut from Joseph Parker. Right at the chin. Chisora fell backwards to the ropes. All over the place. Silver Surfer says, what the fuck is Parker doing? TMT says Chisora in the last stand mode in the corner. I mean, Chisora is going to get stopped if this carries on. Shane says that's the problem, Ultra. The fighters aren't listening. Maybe that is the problem. Maybe that is the problem. Jason Lawrence says if you're so good, get some gloves. I've put gloves on, but not in a fight. But I've been battered in sparring plenty of times, Jason. I'm absolutely terrible. But Jason, honestly, all I can tell you is you can criticize me all you want, mate. All I can say is I can tell you the shots that are coming. And it's not because I'm so knowledgeable. It's because it's obvious. That's the point, you know. World-class coaches like Dave Caldwell should be able to see this. Because if a numpty like me can see that the right uppercut's going to be the shot, he should know that. And he should be telling Chisora right now to take his head off the line. But I don't think that's happening. Anyway, we are 2 minutes 30 into round 5. What I like from Parker is that left hook to the body. Parker looks gassed though. You know, Parker's blowing in the mouth. You know that? You know, let me tell you about Parker. Parker's doing 2 things at the minute that I don't like, right? So one, he looks gassed in a minute. Parker, you can see his mouth's open. He's blowing at the gas. You can see Parker blew himself out in that last round and he's having to take the round off. Parker's on the back foot. The explosiveness is gone, yeah? And basically Parker is just blah, blah, blah. Let me just get rid of Jason. You're a poor man's Ade. Okay, that's fair enough. I'll take that as a compliment. But here's the bottom line, mate. I've been in a boxing gym. You haven't. That's why you're on Ade's channel. Right, let's have a look. So what I'm saying here is what I'm seeing from Parker that I don't like. Breathing out the mouth. And again, he's not listening. There's another right uppercut from Joseph Parker, which just missed. That was another right uppercut from Joseph Parker, which just missed. But what I'm not liking from Joseph Parker is he's not listening to Andy Lee because he's been told he needs to dip his knees and start rolling the shots. He keeps going tall against the overhand right. And he might get caught with a shot, you know. He genuinely might get caught with a shot. So you can't write off Chisora yet. That overhand right, good right uppercut on the inside from Chisora. But what worries me is Parker's tiring. And when Chisora's throwing that overhand right, Parker's leaning back, chin up in the air. He's leaning back against it, and he's been told not to do that. He needs to roll the shot or go low, like Andy Lee. What Andy Lee's told him is good advice, but he's not doing it. And let me tell you something. Chisora dropped Parker in the first fight with the overhand right. And he's capable of doing it in this fight. It's another right uppercut from Parker, which just missed Chisora. I'm giving Chisora this round on work rate. It's another right uppercut from Parker. I think that one landed. But Parker's gassing. He's gassing. Mouth open, hands going low. The output's dropping. He's getting backed up to the corner. He's not pivoting. Is Chisora starting to get to him? I think Parker will get a second win, but good double. That was a nice little move there from Parker. You see that Parker little jab, and then he turned the jab into a nice little left uppercut to the body. That was very nice from Parker. Good left hook from Parker. But Parker backing up in lines. Turn early against Chisora, Parker. Jab and turn early. Jab and turn early. Don't keep backing up in lines. That's what Chisora wants. Kurt Patterson says, I think you and Jason should get in the ring. Jason will kill me in the ring. I'm not a very good fighter. I was always a dreadful boxer. Dreadful. But guess what? I've got 272 people watching me live, calling the fight to a T, and he's got 0. And that's the difference at the end of the day, isn't it? That's the difference. No one needs to get into the ring. One person's got nearly 300 people in the chat, and he's calling the fight almost perfectly. And the other guy's sitting at home having a pot noodle and a wank. Do you know what I mean? Sitting down, I don't know, with his pet dog. Probably one of the guys, you know, and it is what it is, isn't it? So it is what it is. Right, I'm giving that last round to Chisora. Who have you got that? I'm giving that last round to Chisora. Let's see what Andy Lee's saying in the corner. If these commentators would shut the fuck up, I'd be able to hear what Andy Lee's saying in the corner. No, I can't hear because the commentators think they're more important. This is what annoys me about these commentators. The commentators think they are more important than us hearing what's going on. Do you know what I mean? That's how arrogant these commentators are. They think it's more important that we hear their voice than we hear what Andy Lee's saying in the corner. Round 6, Chisora, I tell you what, he's starting to put it on. Parker's still looking for that right uppercut, but Parker's losing his shape for me. Parker's losing his shape. Let's see if he gets a second wind. That was a lovely little right hand left uppercut from Parker. Nice little right hand left hook, but I don't like what I'm seeing from Parker at the minute. That was a lovely left hook from Chisora up close and a good right uppercut up close from Chisora. Chisora, I think Shevin said, Chisora's landed a few little right uppercuts on the inside, but Chisora's, I tell you what, Chisora only knows one way to fight. This is the only way Chisora knows how to fight. And if you're Joseph Parker right now, Joseph Parker's handed in these rounds. Double jab and turn, double jab and pivot, but Parker's getting backed up in lines. And, Chisora's just getting these shots away. And to be fair to Chisora, some of these shots that Chisora's landing, these are landing to the body. But I have to say, Chisora's a little bit more accurate with his left and right hooks to the body tonight, I have to be honest. Chisora's a little bit more accurate with his left and right hooks to the body. Normally, Chisora just hits arms and gloves and then claims he was robbed after the fight. That was a good right hand there from Parker. Double jab, overhand right on the side of Chisora's head. Stopped him in his tracks. That was a good shot from Parker. The right uppercut is still there for Parker. That was another double jab, overhand right from Parker. The right uppercut is still there for Parker as well. But what I'd like to see is Parker just turn early if he can. Don't back up in lines. Turn early. Double jab, turn. Keep turning. That's how you beat Chisora. You've got to keep this guy turning. You've got to keep Chisora turning. Good right hand, left hook, right uppercut from Parker. Better round this from Parker later on. But I don't know. There's something about Parker that I don't like. Like, he looks gassed. I think Dereck Chisora is really in this fight, Good overhand right, not overhand right, it was a good right hook. Chisora there sneakily doubled up on the right hook there, right hook to the body, but then landed a right hook. And Chisora's mauling him on the inside. Good uppercuts from Chisora on the inside. He's mauling him on the inside. Good left hook from Chisora. Good right uppercut to the body from Joseph Parker. Good right uppercut from Chisora again. But you know what? Honestly, these judges are going to give Chisora this round. I actually think the work in this round has been cleaner from Parker. But Chisora's going to get these rounds. And Parker's letting right back into this fight. If he doesn't get a second win, this is going to get really interesting, Joseph Parker has to get a second win now because, to me, that was a good right hand from Parker. But the legs look like they're going to me. What do you guys think? Get your thoughts in the comment section. Oh, good left hook, right hand combination from Parker, but the legs to me look like they're going. And this now is becoming a Dereck Chisora type of fight. This is the kind of fight that Dereck Chisora likes. It's not a very skillful fight, but it's Dereck Chisora. He's very crude, but is what it is. He wins rounds on volume. He wins rounds on work rate. And Parker is just not being cute enough. LTN says Parker was hurt to the body in the last round. I didn't see that, but it probably happened. House Devil says Joseph Parker now fighting Dereck's fight, not his own. He's not pivoting. Getting backed up to the ropes. He's not pivoting. Do you know what I want to see from Parker? Jab, right hand, back up. Jab, left hook, back up, back up. I don't want to see Parker start engaging with 3s, 4s, and 5s. TMT says Parker losing his shape and posture. ABB says Parker currently 1-12. Samuel Harrison says, what is your scorecard, or are you not really scoring? I'm not really scoring here. What round are we in, though? I've got Chisora winning 2 rounds and Parker the rest. So what does that mean? Does that mean it's 4-2? Shane says, Ultra, let's face it, Parker is useless. Right, we're into round 7. So I've probably got it about 4-2 to Parker, I would say. Yeah, I probably got Parker 4-2 up in this fight. 292 in the chat. Please hit the like button. How many have Spencer Fury and Tunde Ajayi got in their chat? Please hit me up, let me know, because I'm trying to get close to Spencer Fury and Tunde Ajayi as we cross the 300 mark. So far, I must say, my calling of the fight has been rather very, very good, if I must say so myself. Let's have a look here. Oh my God, they've got 729. Jesus Christ. They're absolutely crushing it. Jesus. Spencer Fearon and Tunde Ajayi crushing it in the gym like Conor Benn. We're nowhere. But 305, we'll take it. Right. 2 minutes to go in round 7. Joseph Parker's beginning to look in trouble to me in this fight. Really, I mean, when I watched the beginning of this fight, I felt like Joseph Parker was going to win this fight by stoppage. He looked explosive. He looked sharp. He looked hurtful. For the first time in a long time, Joseph Parker looked hurtful. He looked spiteful in the ring for the first time. But it looks like his legs have gone. And I don't know if it's the extra weight or the added weight, but his legs have set. And you know what? I'm telling you now, I'm watching this now, 1 minute 30 to go in round 7. If Chisora catches Parker with a good enough overhand right, then Parker might go. You know, Parker, that was a good right uppercut. There you go. The right uppercut from Parker. What a shot. The right uppercut from Parker. Wow. I'll be honest, I thought the tide was starting to turn. Chisora, he looks hurt. He's not turning around. If he doesn't turn around, Parker's got to go in. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. Parker's got to go in. He doesn't want it. Start at the body and go to the head. Don't head hunt. There you go. Parker, double left hook to the body. Good job from Parker. You see that? This time when Parker had him trapped in a corner, he went double left hook to the body. Don't head hunt. You know what Chisora's going to do. He's going to try and roll. So double up to the body. Don't head hunt, Parker. Look for that left hook to the body because you know Chisora's going to go low. 50 seconds left. Parker's adjusted. Beautiful from Parker. He's adjusting double left hooks to the body. And because Chisora's ducking low, he's taking him in the head. That's much better work from Parker. Much better work from Parker. That was good from Parker. Oh, rubber cut again from Parker. Rubber cut again from Parker. Chisora's still fighting back. Chisora fighting back, throwing overhand rights and right hooks. But Parker, they did a very, very good job of taking himself off the ropes. But good right hook there from Chisora. Now, this has been a hell of a fight. This has caught fire much more than the first fight. Good right hook from Chisora. Good overhand right from Chisora. I don't think he's a landing clean on Parker, to be honest. I think Parker's okay. Another uppercut from Parker. Parker cannot miss Chisora with these uppercuts. What the fuck are they telling Dereck Chisora in the corner? He's going to get knocked out, Chisora. I don't know what they're telling Chisora in the corner. I mean, Chisora might as well not even have a trainer at this point. What do you guys think? Chisora might as well not even have a trainer at this point. I mean, the guy is just being crude. He's fighting on instinct. Listen, let me tell you something, right? I like Dereck Chisora as a person, yeah? He's a tough guy. I'm not saying he's not tough. He's great value for money. I have to be honest, this is a great fight to watch. No question. This is a great fight to watch. But what I'm talking about is, from a technical perspective, it's really disappointing to see Chisora fight like this because he's putting his chin on the plate. Dereck Chisora at the minute is doing what we call silver service. Look, this is Dereck Chisora at the minute, right? This is Dereck Chisora. This is what we call silver service. There you go. Dereck Chisora right now is putting his chin on a plate and offering it up to Joseph Parker. Silver service. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like to me in the ring at the minute. Dereck Chisora is offering up his chin on a plate with tea, biscuits, and all kinds of, and scones, and jam, and all kinds of sides right up on a plate for Joseph Parker. And it almost looks like in the Dereck Chisora corner, they're fucking curtsying to Joseph Parker and saying, here you go, sir. Here's that silver service you ordered. You know? I mean, if you can imagine right now somebody literally serving up, yeah, Dereck Chisora's chin on a silver platter. That is what's happening in this fight. He's taken lots of unneeded and unnecessary punishment. We are 2 minutes 20 into round 8. It's a hell of a fight to watch. No question. I slagged this fight off, but this fight is a hell of a fight to watch. Mark Stanton says Parker couldn't finish a wank even if Katie Taylor took her jacket off. Parker's finishing does leave a lot to be desired. I mean, look, he's not an elite level fighter. I think we know that, yeah? But Chisora, listen, he's taking some heavy shots and he's coming back here. Parker's doing his usual trick of backing up in straight lines and letting Chisora tee off on him, which got him into trouble in the last couple of rounds. It is what it is. But Parker seems to have his number, doesn't he? Big right uppercut from Parker just missed. You know, it really does seem to me like, you know, Chisora's gambling, doesn't he? I mean, has he adjusted to this right uppercut? He hasn't adjusted at all, has he? He hasn't adjusted, but maybe I'm being too harsh. They're in a dogfight. You know, as Richard's saying, all the trainer talk's going out of the window now. These guys are just fighting on instinct. It is what it is. Right, 1 minute 30 to go in round 8. This has been a hell of a fight. Dereck Chisora, listen, you can never fault the effort. as Dereck Chisora continues to charge forward in straight lines with a series of left and right hook combinations. And again, look, for anybody who does talk about, who does want to start boxing, yeah? For anybody who does want to start boxing, or for anybody who's interested about boxing, yeah? When you open yourself up here with big hooks, so when you're the kind of fighter, yeah, that throws lots of wide hooks, so you like throwing lots of wide right hooks and throwing lots of wide left hooks. When you're that kind of fighter, you leave yourself open to straight punches, right? You always open yourself to being poleaxed down the middle. You always open yourself to a right hand, to a jab right hand as you open up for the hook, which is coincidentally what Chisora's been caught with there. That was a big right hand there from Joseph Parker as Chisora was trying to roll his way in Joe Frazier style. Double jab, right hand, right around the side of the head, and there you go. Oh, there you go. That wasn't a knockdown. Parker pushed him, but it was a right uppercut again from Parker, and they're counting it. It was a big right uppercut, but again, like I said, Chisora hasn't adjusted to the right uppercut all the way through the fight. So he continues to walk himself onto that same shot, and he continues to walk himself into the corner and try and go to Parker in. Let's see if Parker can finish it this time. Parker's now going for the uppercut. Let's see. He needs to go to the body on the inside, and Parker continues to not be able to finish. 317 in the chat. Joseph Parker, I have to say, he must be one of the worst finishers in all of boxing. No disrespect to Joseph Parker, no disrespect to the New Zealand fans watching, but I have to say, Joseph Parker must go down as one of the worst finishers in all of boxing. I mean, Lord Jesus Christ almighty. Let's have a look. Oh, beautiful right uppercut yet again from Parker. A beautiful right uppercut. He spun his chin around. Oh, right there. You see that right uppercut right between the jaw and the ear line. Big shot there from Parker. Look. And if you see on the replay, let me ask you a question, because all my predictions tonight are coming true on this live. What did we tell you about where does Chisora look when he dips his head? Look at the replay. Look at the replay right now on the zone of that knockdown. And look, where is Chisora looking when he dips down to roll the shot? He's looking at the floor. Did you guys see that? If you guys see that uppercut or that replay from that knockdown just now in round 8, yeah? Look at where he's looking. Look at where Chisora's eyes are pointing. His eyes are pointing to the floor. He doesn't even see the shots coming. And that's what you guys need to look at. As we said from the beginning of the fight, when Dereck Chisora rolls punches, look at where his eyes are. Look at where his eyes are. His eyes are towards the ground. He's looking at the floor when he rolls shots. So he doesn't even see the shots coming. That makes them 10 times more dangerous. He doesn't even see the fucking shots coming. And this is the ABCs 1, 2, 3s of boxing. This is stuff that you will learn in any fucking gym when you start doing white collar or you start going in for the first time. When you roll the shot or when you roll underneath a shot, you can't let your head hit the floor. Basics of boxing. Dereck Chisora is not doing the basics of boxing. And that's part of the reason why he's been hit with about 150 uppercuts in tonight's fight. It's 2 minutes to go in round 9. Oh, there's a big overhand right left hook. This fight's going to have to be stopped soon because Chisora's taking... Parker actually looked to the referee to stop it there. Big overhand right left hook. This has got to be stopped in a minute. The ref's going to... Oh, Chisora's fighting back. Oh, this fight is going to get stopped imminently. Howard Foster, of all people, who will stop a fight for anything, is giving Chisora the benefit of the doubt. And to be fair to Chisora is now coming back and is fighting. So he is playing possum. But in that sequence there, Parker looked over to the ref and wanted him to stop it. Chisora taking big overhand right and left hook combinations. Let's have a look. Keep an eye on Chisora and just look at Chisora's eyes. Just look at his eye line. That's what I'm trying to say. When Chisora rolls his punches, have a look at his eye line and have a look at where he's looking. And you will see that a lot of the time, he's looking at the floor. You'll see that. Just keep watching. 317 in the chat so far. This fight for me is trending towards Joseph Parker's stoppage. If Dereck Chisora gets knocked down one more time, the referee's going to stop it. It's got to be the right uppercut, surely. Because Parker's hitting with it all night long. Chisora's now falling right over the front foot. You see Chisora throwing that jab to Parker's body. Look at Chisora falling all over that front foot when he throws that jab to the body. He's all over the place. He's lost any shape that he had, Chisora. But let's see what happens. He's still fighting gallantly. Let's have a look at Chisora. I want to have a look at that head position. I'm watching him. Oh, yeah. You see Chisora through the overhand right. And he tripped himself up on the overhand right there. Cool. That was a beautiful jab, right overhand right from Parker. Right at the side of the head. You know, Parker, when Parker's on the inside, throw the uppercut on the inside as well, Parker. When Parker's dog walking him back to the corner, bring the right uppercut up on the inside. Don't just try and walk him onto it. When you're up on the inside, throw the uppercut up on the inside as well. But Chisora looks bad in this fight. Like his last chance saloon now from Chisora. The punches are lacking pop now from Chisora. You can see the punches are really beginning to lack pop. And it's only a matter of time before another uppercut's coming. Because, Parker threw it and just missed him. Oh, did he get him? I'm not sure. Because he rocked him back onto the ropes with it. Parker can't miss him with the uppercut. He can't miss him. Oh, my Lord. Unbelievable. Good fight. Good fight. Londoner says Chisora eating more uppercuts than post-fight Five Guys burgers. Let's have a look. Alan Woodham says brain damage incoming for Doughboy. Listen, it's not good. He's taking a lot of punishment in the ring. If you're Dave Coldwell, you have to start thinking about doing the right thing because he's not winning this fight now. I think we're going into round 9 or 10, and I've had Chisora winning about 2 rounds. So he's possibly 4 or 5 rounds down. It probably is time to consider taking Chisora out. But Joseph Parker is not a great finisher. I'm just looking to see what Coldwell's saying in the corner. One sec.
Lovely shot. But again, the touch from a couple of rounds ago, Josh. Hold down to that touch from a couple of rounds ago, Josh. Hold down to that couple of rounds.
Chisora, oh my God, listen to this. Dave Coldwell is telling Dereck Chisora it's all down to the last couple of rounds. Hey, do you agree with Dave Coldwell? Press 1 if you agree with Dave Coldwell, or press 2 if you disagree with Dave Coldwell. Dave Coldwell is saying that it's all down to the last couple of rounds. Is he fucking smoking crack? I think Dereck Chisora is on the verge of being stopped in this fight. What's Dave Coldwell on about? All of you guys are putting in 2 in the chat. Dave Coldwell's told Dereck Chisora it's all down to the last couple of rounds. Dave Coldwell absolutely smoking crack. Don't forget, Dave Coldwell's going to get 10% of Dereck Chisora's match fee for not teaching Dereck Chisora how to roll the fucking right uppercut. Can you believe it? He's getting 10%. He's getting 10% of Chisora's salary tonight. And he can't even train Dereck Chisora how to avoid a right uppercut, which everybody in their fucking dog knew going into this fight. That was the shot that Joseph Parker was going to throw. Everybody in his dog knew that the right uppercut was the shot that Joseph Parker was going to prioritize going into this fight. And somehow, Dereck Chisora's done a fucking 2-month camp and nobody in training camps told him about it. Either that or he's not listening. It's one of the two. I mean, I'm being criticized for my commentary. I'm not much of a fighter, but maybe I should get into coaching. Because if I can see it, how can they not see it? Right, 1 minute 45 to go in round 10. According to Dave Coldwell, this is a close fight. It's down to the last couple of rounds. Jeez. I want some of what they're fucking smoking. I want some of what they're fucking smoking. House Devil says, who's been taking the uppercuts? Coldwell or Chisora? And listen, Joseph Parker is one big shot away from closing this fight out. The referee is not going to let Chisora take much more punishment in this fight. He's already been down twice and hurt multiple times. The referee is not going to let Chisora take much more of this. So once Joseph Parker decides to put his foot on the gas and throws another right uppercut down the middle and spins Chisora's jaw around, the referee's going to step in and call it a day. But I tell you what, I would like to see the cards at the time of stoppage. As Parker throws that right uppercut and it looks like Chisora covered that off or just missed it. But I would like to see what the cards are. If this fight does get stopped, I'd like to see what the cards are. Because that's very interesting that Chisora thinks that Dave Coldwell thinks it's a close fight. So if he thinks it's a close fight, maybe we'll have a split decision here. Can you believe that? Maybe we'll have a split decision. Let's see. Chisora's outworking Parker again in this round, to me. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but Chisora is outworking Parker yet again in this round. Let's have a look here what's going on here. Chisora's head is falling right down the centre line. I mean, he's just unbelievable here. Chisora, there's no... When people talk about head movement, right, part of head movement is side to side, off the line. Chisora does none of that. Chisora just moves his head up and down, up and down. He doesn't actually move his head side to side. Doesn't take his head off the line at all. This has been a very, very messy round. I believe that last round went to Parker, as went to Chisora. Who did you give that last round to? I've given that last round to Chisora. Do you know what? I'm starting to think that we could see some very, very interesting cards. Let's go on Twitter and see if we can get some scorecards from Twitter from people watching. I've got a funny feeling we might start to see some interesting cards, you know. Let's see. I've got a funny feeling we might see some interesting cards. I thought this fight was just a foregone conclusion, right? Until Dave Coldwell started saying the fight was, started implying the fight was close. Now I'm starting to get worried. Let's have a look at some comments. Chisora will end up like Mayweather Sr. if he has 2 or 3 more. Listen, they'll always shove him back into the ring. But listen, there's no question, right? Dereck Chisora is great value for money. There's no question about that. This fight has exceeded expectations, right? I'll give credit to Matchroom and I will give credit to DAZN. This main event has exceeded expectations. It's caught fire in a way that the first fight never caught fire in. But it doesn't, get away from the fact that Dereck Chisora is taking a lot of punishment in this fight. So round 11 has already started. It's a good start from Chisora. Again, he's mugging Parker, isn't he? He's not really landing. Oh, that's a good little bit of work on the inside from Parker. Good right uppercuts to the body from Parker. Good right uppercut on the inside from Chisora. But that was good work from Parker. Parker's backing him up, and Parker's got him trapped in a corner. But that's nice little right. I think it was a nice little left hook. Sorry, nice little left uppercuts to the body up on the inside from Parker. Parker being a little bit more active with the jab. And when Parker's more active with that jab, when you see Parker start throwing that jab, you know it's the left hook right uppercuts coming very, very soon after it. That's been the thing ever. Anita Dashwood says, made me laugh all the way this. Thank you very much, Anita. That's what we are here to do, make people laugh. You get your technical boxing analysis, but you also get a nice bit of a laugh as well. As Dereck Chisora continues to provide Joseph Parker with silver service. Hello, Mr. Parker. You offered some. You ordered some chin on a platter, Your Honor. Here is your smoked Zimbabwean chin on a silver platter, served with a side of rice, peas, and gravy. Dereck Chisora providing silver service to Joseph Parker here in round 11. Fried Zimbabwean chin on a bed of green beans and rice and peas, or whatever. Right, 1 minute 30 to go. Joseph Parker, right, has landed the biggest shots throughout this fight. But it's rounds like this, isn't it? Just rounds where Chisora's mugging him. Like he's winning these rounds on work rate. Chisora's mugging him, isn't he? Chisora's like, he's not landing anything really clean, anything conclusive, but he's mugging Parker. A lot of elbows, a lot of arms. He's pushing him back. He's mugging him. That was a good overhand right. There was a good right hand there from Parker, right at the side of the head. But Parker's getting mugged off a bit, isn't he? How have you guys got it on the cards? Mark Stanton's saying, please don't give it to Chisora, or we'll have to see it. It was a good right uppercut from Parker. There it was. A good right uppercut from Parker and a left hook to follow. Every time Parker throws that right uppercut, he pretty much lands it at will. It's unbelievable. There you go. Good joke from Joe. Joe says about Dereck Chisora's chin. Dereck Chisora's Zimbabwean chin, and he says on a bed of canvas if Joseph Parker can finish his dinner. So, dear. Let me see if I can get a picture of a chin on the plate. Hold on. 14 seconds to go in round 11. Let me see if I can get a picture of a chin on a plate, on a chin on a dinner plate. Hold on. I'll put it in Google. Chin on a dinner plate. I can't get it. Let me see if I can get head on a plate. There you go. Here we go. There you go. Don't want to be too macabre here, but I don't want to be too macabre, but I can't do it. But it is what it is. Right, let's carry on. That would have been a good joke, but I didn't quite get it off. All right, Joe says, fuck's sake, this is going the distance. I think the Kiwis are in the house. Rumination says Parker is winning, right? To everybody who has a pulse, yeah, and doesn't, or, to every living, breathing mammal who has a pulse and doesn't have cataracts in, I would say yes, Joseph Parker is currently winning this fight. What we're talking about now, we're going into the last round, yeah? And I'm starting to get alarmed here because I'm starting to think, some of the shit Dave Cole was saying in the corner that this fight could be close. I'm wondering if we could see another split decision here with Dereck Chisora saying he's robbed. Like, Dereck Chisora is going to convince grown men, right, that he was robbed in this fight, despite being fucking nearly stopped about 5 times. I don't think there's any way to give this fight to Chisora. He's been dropped twice, he's been on the verge of being stopped, and he's walked himself onto the big shots all night long. It's round 12. If Joseph Parker has anything about him in this fight, he's going to step up, be a man, not get mugged, and start walking Chisora on some big shots now. This is it for Joseph Parker now. If Parker gets fucking robbed in this round, I'm starting to fear the worst. And right now, it's looking like Parker's going to get mugged again. Because Chisora landed a very, very good left hook up close on the inside there. Parker actually fell in on Chisora. Parker's being the aggressor and pushing Chisora back. But Chisora on the back foot landed a very, very good left hook and spun his chin around. Another good left hook from Chisora. Parker, is he going to do himself out here? Surely not. Jesus fucking, surely Parker's not going to do himself out here. I think we could see some very, very dodgy cards. Listen, no disrespect, but would you agree with me? Joseph Parker's the worst finisher in world boxing. This guy couldn't finish his fucking dinner. Oh my God, Joseph Parker must be the worst finisher in world boxing. He's a good boxer, but I'm talking about finishing. He has to be the worst finisher in world boxing. This guy had a Zimbabwean man. This man had a 40-year-old Zimbabwean standing in a fucking corner begging to be finished. And he still couldn't finish him. And Parker's now putting him on the gas with some good left hooks, a good uppercut from Parker. Parker looks to finally be finishing strong and doing in round 12 what he should have done back in round 8. Jeez, unbelievable. Come on, Parker. Unbelievable. Guys, get your scores in. We've got 1 minute to go left in round 12. Get your scores. A good little right uppercut there from Dereck Chisora. And some good shots to the body from Chisora as well. Oh my gosh. Good left uppercut. Good right up to the body from Parker. Listen, good right uppercut from Parker. Why is he abandoned that shot? He's not thrown that shot with any conviction in the last couple of rounds, despite that being his best shot. Now's the chance with Chisora. Chisora backing Parker up. And Chisora's head falling right over his front foot. Now's the time for Parker to throw that right uppercut, Parker. He's got to throw it. He's absolutely got to throw that right uppercut one more time, Parker. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, somebody's going to say this is the fight of the year. I guarantee you they're going to say, this is beaten Wilder versus Furious fight of the year. 100% guarantee after this. Guarantee they're going to say this is the fight of the year. Which it is not. But it's a very, very good fight. Oh my God. Parker lands a good left hook at the end. Good left hook from Chisora. Oh my God. Right, we go to the cards. Right, give me your cards. And Parker ain't even celebrating. What the fuck is he doing? He ain't even celebrating like he's won, Parker. He's walking around the ring like it's a close fight. I think we're going to see a split, you know. How have you guys got it? Right, give me your scorecards now. How have you got it? Parker's got it 8. Dave Lane's got it 8-4 to Parker. Rumination says Parker is actually the best technically out of anyone. What the fuck? Eh? Have I just walked in from the fucking Twilight Zone? Hold on a minute. Rumination says Parker is actually the best technically out of anyone. Joseph Parker couldn't finish his dinner with fucking 6 plates, 7 knives and forks, a spoon and a fucking pint of lager. Joseph Parker's technically the best out of anybody. Joseph Parker couldn't finish a Happy Meal. Let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about Joseph Parker. Hold on. Let me tell you about Joseph Parker. You see this? You see this large knife and fork on my screen? Shit, hold on. You see this large knife and fork that I've got up on my screen? You see this here? Joseph Parker couldn't finish a fucking Happy Meal with one of these. Let alone best technically in boxing. He couldn't finish a Happy Meal with a large knife and fork. Joseph Parker's the kind of guy to go into McDonald's, order a Happy Meal, and take the rest home. Isn't it? Joseph Parker's the kind of guy to walk in and order from the McDonald's £1 menu. He can't finish it. He takes it home, innit? Take a doggy bag home. He couldn't finish shit. He couldn't finish shit. I need to go for a fucking piss. I'm hoping Ingram's coming in. Joseph Parker. Unbelievable. Dylan Long says, that's quite wide, isn't it? Chisora had 4 counts. I bet you any money we're going to see a split. I need to go for a fucking piss, but I can't go. Let's hear what they're saying on the commentary.
It's a significant year for you, and you were spelling out earlier in the commentary.
By the way, you guys saying you want to see Dereck Chisora continue fighting. I don't. I think Dereck Chisora has taken enough bit. Give Dereck Chisora a break, man. How many more times can this man go to the well? He's taken enough beatings, isn't he? I mean, he was hurt tonight. I mean, one thing you got to say about Parker, with all due respect, is, right, Usyk, right? Usyk might be the best heavyweight in the world, right? We don't know, right? Usyk might be the best heavyweight in the world. Usyk had Parker, had Chisora hurt. But Usyk never hurt Chisora the way Parker legit nearly got him out of there. And it's a shame from Parker because, to be fair to Parker, that is the most spiteful I've seen Joseph Parker in a long time. But you know what's disturbing me in this fight? Joseph Parker's dropped this guy. Oh my God! Hold on a minute. Don't type the cards in. I'm behind, yeah. Don't type the cards in. Right. I'm gonna lower the chat. I don't want to see this. Let me hear the scores. Hold on. Here we go.
115, 111.
Yep.
Michael Alexander, 114, 112.
Right, so it's all for Parker, yeah? Right, unanimous. Still too close.
And still, the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight.
Yeah, it's Joseph Parker. There you go. Right, Joseph Parker's done it. I think, fuck, we didn't get any dodgy cards. 114, 112. How many times was Parker knocked out? Did Chisora get knocked down in that fight? Someone tell me. How many times did Chisora get knocked? I'm trying to make these cards make sense. Someone's given that card a 114, 112. Who was it? Michael Alexander. 114, 112. William Angel says that had it closer than it should have been. Why are you guys all typing in 3-4 or 3 times? Right, so hold on a minute. Joseph Parker knocked Dereck Chisora down 3 times, but a referee's come up with 114 and 112. Jesus fucking Christ. Can somebody make these cards make sense? What the fuck? Somebody had that 114, 112, but Parker had 3 knockdowns. Let's have a look here. Richard from Twitter says, at least 2 10-8 rounds, so he would have had Chisora winning. Well, yeah. James Teemer says that is 9-5 Chisora, I guess. I'm not sure about those maths, but those cards are looking very suspicious to me. What do you guys think about those cards? 114, 112 to Joseph Parker, even though he scored 3 knockdowns. Hey, I ain't sure about that. Guys, what do you think about the performance tonight? I'm going to see quickly email Ingram to see if he's coming on. I'm not sure if he's coming on. I'd love to see if we can get Ingram on. Right. Dereck Chisora. It's loss number 12 for Dereck Chisora. So Dereck Chisora's box rec. Let's see how quick box rec is. Yeah? Let's see how quick box rec is. It's loss number 12 for Dereck Chisora. It's another loss to... I wonder in a post-fight interview, can somebody tell me in a post-fight if Dereck Chisora claims he's been robbed again? Because that wouldn't surprise me. But let's have a look here. Wow, look how quick BoxRec are. BoxRec don't fuck around, do they? Shout out to BoxRec. Rotted. BoxRec do not mess around. There you go. Let me just zoom out a bit so you can see. 1 second. Let me zoom out and let me adjust. There you go. Let's just zoom up and let's zoom down. There you go. They've already given Chisora the L. There you go. There's Dereck Chisora. And there's the big fat L. They're ruthless on BoxRec, aren't they? They are absolutely ruthless on BoxRec. Let's have a look. Dapper Dap says, it's still the right result, mate, no biggie. Yeah, it's still the right result, but these cards need to be investigated because that's well dodgy, isn't it? I thought Parker won that fight handily. I mean, listen, Chisora definitely mugged him of a few rounds, but I thought Parker won that fight handily tonight and deserved to win and hurt Dereck Chisora. And really, if he was worth a shit, should have got Chisora's ass out of there. It is what it is. Right, Crazy D3 says, stick a fork in Chisora, he is done. Right, let's get some polls going. We're going to get a poll going right now. All right, I've ended the poll. 65% of you picked correctly. Oh, by the way, we've had 300 people in here, right? 300 people in here, only 117 likes. By the way, your like count is worse than Michael Alexander's judging. Can we please get the likes up? 290 in here, yeah? 290 in here. And only 118 likes. Let's get the likes up, please. These likes are worse than fucking thingamajiggy, right? Let's get a new poll up. Let's get a new poll up. Is Dereck Chisora finished? Yes or no? Here comes the poll. Nice and simple. Let's stick to the basics. After what you saw tonight, is Dereck Chisora finished? Yes or no? Vote now. The poll's open. Here's Joseph Parker.
Right, honestly, the first fight, I felt like it was just continuation from the first fight. And he never stopped coming until the end. But we practiced and practiced and practiced in the gym, the jab uppercut. Didn't finish it with the hook, but what a Christmas present.
Did you hear what Joseph Parker just said there? Did you hear what Joseph Parker just said in that post-fight interview? That's the difference right there, right, between training with Andy Lee and training with fucking Dave Colwell. Did you hear what Joseph Parker just said there? Joseph Parker just said, we were practicing the jab uppercut all the way through camp. I was supposed to throw the hook after it, but I didn't throw it. So you see that? So Joseph Parker spotted and was preparing for everything we called for in 5 minutes. Joseph Parker said, that's what I was preparing for. The right uppercut, jab, uppercut, all the way through camp. Jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. That's what he's preparing for. So my question is, why did Dereck Chisora not prepare for the same thing? I'm just going to change the title of the stream. One sec. One sec. One sec. Just change the title of the stream. One sec. Just changing the title of the stream, guys. Sorry about this. I'm supposed to have someone come and help me out and do the post-fight, but no one's coming in yet. But if we'll see, maybe if Ingram doesn't turn up, maybe we can get somebody else in. Nearly done, guys. Nearly done. Right, here we go. There we go. Bang. Right. That's what we're asking. Is Chisora fucking finished? Let's go to it in the chat. Let me go through some of your comments. Let me get some good graphics up. And then let me go through your comments. Sorry about that. Right. Oh my God. Look at this. Can you believe this? I'm agreeing with Michael Benson. This has to be a world exclusive. Michael Benson, even Michael Benson, the king of casuals, thinks those cards are repulsive. Michael Benson says Joseph Parker 114-112 Dereck Chisora is an absolutely ludicrous scorecard. And Michael Benson says the 115-110 and 115-11 are not much better either. Those scorecards are very... Can you believe Michael Benson is getting it right on Twitter? Right. Richard from Twitter says Andy Lee. Andy, is this what Andy Lee said about tonight's fight, Richard? Let's have a look. Andy Lee apparently said about Parker, he's made improvements, still made mistakes, but we still got stuff to work on. Happy with the progress we have made so far. Mark Stanton says, would still sooner see Chisora fight Parker than after that. Was it? Would still sooner see Chisora fight than... Oh, so Mark Stanton would rather watch Chisora fight than Parker after tonight's fight. So a few people still not very impressed, yeah, with the performance of Joseph Parker. What would you give Joseph Parker for that performance tonight out of 10? If you had to give Joseph Parker a score for that performance tonight, what would you give Joseph Parker out of 10 for that performance? Listen, I'm going to give Joseph Parker a 7 out of 10 for that performance tonight. But given that, you know, yeah, he looked spiteful. He looked very, very, very spiteful. First time I've seen him be spiteful in a long time, but the finishing was a 2 out of 10. But overall, you got to give him credit. He went in there with a game plan, and the game plan worked, didn't it? You can see the game plan was to throw the uppercut off the jab, and it was what it was. By the way, has Lewis Ritson been flattened again? Because somebody's telling me that Lewis Ritson's either in trouble or getting flattened. It is what it is. Get rid of this guy here. Get the fuck out of here. You are bum. And you need to go to bum channels because you're not welcome on this one. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's look here. Right. Captain Rhodes says about Parker, he did nothing special, but did the job. Chisora is a tough bastard. John Trowson says, if as a boxing fan you love Chisora, then that's the exact same reason that you should never want to see him in the ring again. We really are getting to the end of the road with Chisora. Listen, let me tell you something. I thought, right, that Chisora was hurt badly by Usyk in their fight towards the end, but Usyk didn't really step on the gas. I think Usyk at points looked like he was going to get Chisora out of there, in my opinion. Yeah, Chisora looked like he was finding that fight really, really hard going down the stretch. But this was the fight. I mean, he was taking some hellacious uppercuts. His jaw was being spun around for half the fight. And, like I said before, all these trainer changes that Chisora was doing. My biggest thing for Chisora is, if Dereck Chisora wants to fight again, there's no point in him having a trainer. There is literally no point in Dereck Chisora having any kind of trainer, right? For me, he might as well just not bother. He might as well just keep the 10% himself, because either he's not listening or blah, blah, blah. Something's going on. Something's going on. Let's have a look here. This. As for some reason, my fucking inbox is up, but it is what it is. Chisora needs to, what do you say? Chisora has to retire. He took way too many right uppercuts tonight. Oh, right. Someone's saying Lewis Ritson looked good. Okay, right. I thought I was hearing rumours that Lewis Ritson got smashed. Okay, fine. Mark Statlin's giving Parker a 5 out of 10 for tonight's performance. Chisora was out on his feet, and Parker let him come. That's a good point, isn't it? Really, Parker really should have got the job done round 7, round 8. He let Chisora come back into it, and Chisora was very close to getting a split tonight. Chisora was very, very close to getting a split. Luke Bignell says Penfold was terrible in the corner tonight. His advice was woeful. Now, I'm not like being anti-Dave Caldwell, but something's definitely wrong in that corner. Either Chisora is just not listening, yeah, or Dave Caldwell's no good. Either way, Dereck Chisora, the trainers make no difference on his performance. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you guys honestly, with all the trainer changes that Dereck Chisora's had, this guy's had Don Charles, he's had fucking this American guy here, he's had Dave Caldwell there. Dereck Chisora has had trainers galore. Trainers fucking galore. And yet, it doesn't make a difference. So where's the 10% going? He might as well just keep the 10% himself, He might as well keep the 10% himself, because he fights the same way every single time, regardless of opponent. It's bizarre, isn't it? The way he fights. It's like he doesn't watch any footage of the opponent. He just goes in, doesn't he? And does what he does. He just goes in and does what he does. Let's have a look. Vince Sane says, give Del Boy an easy fight and retire a winner. Love from New Zealand. Hey, to all my New Zealand people in the house, yeah? What do you guys think about them scorecards tonight? 114, 112, 115, 110, and 115, 111. After Joseph Parker had 3 knockdowns in this fight. Your man was very, very close to getting robbed in tonight's fight. I'm going to be real with you. Your man was very, very close to getting robbed in tonight's fight. Very, very close. Very, very close for getting robbed in tonight's fight. Hilly451 says Ritson won in the 10th round KO. Yes, and shout out to my man Sajo, who knocked out Jack Cullen. Big shout out to this man here. Where is he? Let me get him in there. Sajo. This man knocked out Jack Cullen and then did 10 press-ups in the ring, and then he got expelled by the referee. Let me see if I can get that Sajo press-ups. Sajo knocked out Jack Cullen for a European title and then did 10 press-ups in the ring straight afterwards. There you go. Look at this, look. Imagine getting the KO and doing press-ups while this man's down. Sacho. Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody's stock went down tonight as far as I'm concerned in this shit show tonight. Great fight to watch. But everybody's stock went down tonight apart from this man, Sajo. This man knocked a man out unconscious, yeah? Or knocked a man into the morgue and then did 10 press-ups without even checking if the guy recovered. Now I'm giving Sajo. Sajo gets a 10 out of 10 from me tonight. Sajo should have been main eventing, man. Do you know what I mean? And look, listen, let's be real. Who's a better finisher? Joseph Parker or Sajo? Let's be real, innit? Who's the better finisher, though? Joseph Parker or Sajo? Because Sajo finished, didn't he? Sajo finished him. Joseph Parker couldn't finish his fucking dinner. Joseph Parker fans, who would you like to see Joseph Parker fight next, Joseph Parker fans? Who would you like to see Joseph Parker fight, Parker fans? I suppose with this win, he's what? 1 fight away from a world title. Scratch, scratch. That's what they always say down a match a minute. 1 fight away from a world title. Personally, I'd like to see Joseph Parker versus Dave Allen. Because if Joseph Parker can't finish Dave Allen, it really is well and truly time for him to retire. That's what I want to see next. I want to see a loser leaves town match. Career versus career. Parker versus Dave Allen. Let's get this on. Career versus career. Yeah? And if Joseph Parker can't get the knockout, he has to retire from boxing and never be seen again. Babić. You guys want to see Parker versus Babić. You know Hrgović? I haven't even seen Hrgović properly, you know? I have to be real. I haven't even seen Hrgović properly. I know he's a fucking monster and I'm having a hard time matching him, but it is what it is. There you go. Caravel Drawing says Parker versus Cash Ali. Absolutely. Parker. I need to see Parker career versus career with Dave Allen. Because they'll say that finishing leaves a lot to be desired. Let's have a look here. Vincent says a rematch with Ruiz or Whyte would be good. Well, isn't Dillian Whyte going to be world champion? Dillian Whyte's going to knock out Tyson Fury, isn't he? With this magical left hook, innit? That we've been hearing about. So Dillian Whyte's going to knock out Tyson Fury with this magical left hook that Tyson Fury's been avoiding, right? That's what they've been telling us on other channels. Dillian's my friend. Dillian is a close friend of mine. So that's what we're expecting. John says Dereck Chisora is finished. He needs to get a job. Let's have a look at this poll. Let's have a look at today's poll so far. Is Dereck Chisora finished? 142 votes so far. 68% of you think Dereck Chisora is finished. You are a hard crowd to please. 244 in the chat, 137 likes. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And if anybody's interested in calling in and giving their opinions, drop me a link. It's going to be people that we know. But we're at the stage now where if anybody's interested in calling in, give us a call. And we can do call-ins if you want. It's not a problem. LTN is a savage. He says, dig up David Price and feed him to Joseph Parker. LTN is such a savage, yeah? LTN is such a savage. He wants to see, yeah, Joseph Parker getting fed this man. Do you know what? Honestly, I think if you put David Price in the ring with this suit, right, and stuck him in the ring with Parker, I still don't think Parker could finish him. In all honesty, let me just remove the branding right now. In all honesty, I think if you sent, David Price into the ring with this exact suit on, yeah, and put a pair of gloves on him and sent him into the ring with Joseph Parker, I still think Price would go the distance. That's how bad Parker's finishing is, in my humble opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. They say I'm just a hater. So it is what it is. Let's back out a bit. Right, let's go back to this. I'm trying to see Chisora's post-fight comments. Wonder if he's calling for robbery yet. That's what he normally does. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Audley Harrison. Parker versus Audley Harrison. Listen, whoever wins, it's gonna be a decision. Joseph Parker versus Audley Harrison. One thing I can guarantee you about that fight is it's definitely going the distance. Nobody's getting knocked out in that fight. Chisora is going to have the worst CTE soon, of course, because the thing about Chisora is fans find it entertaining. Fans find Dereck Chisora extremely entertaining. They find it extremely entertaining to see this man, you know, wade in with his head pointing towards the floor, taking uppercut after uppercut, swinging, missing, and hitting elbows all the time. You know, there is a large section of fans who find him remarkably entertaining. So, despite the fact that this is loss number 12 for Dereck Chisora tonight, yeah, you would think that would be enough, yeah, to sort of get most people out of being a contender for some time. Dereck Chisora is going to be a couple of fights away from contending again, isn't he? He's going to be a couple of fights away because people find him very exciting to watch. It is what it is. There you go. Volt says Parker will probably be matched up against that Chinese dude, Zhang. Zhang is one of Shevan's favourites. Zhang. Hold on. That's one of Shevan's favourites. Who wants to see Parker versus Zhang? Where's he at? Let me get Zhang up here, man. How old is this dude? Zhang. Here we go. Who wants to see it? Who wants to see it? Joseph Parker versus Zhang. Look at this. Look, he's got a 74% KO rate. He's got a 96% win rate. He gets up on the screen. Who's up for it then? Parker versus Zhang. Harvey Chan thinks he's right. Volt is right. Zhang is in the WBO top 15 and he's on the zone already. There you go. So Zhang versus Joseph Parker. There are a lot of jokes that I want to make, but I wouldn't be online for very much longer if I made those jokes. Luke Bignell says you have to love Chisora. Great entertainment, but I am worried about his health. I'm still, you know what? I don't think Ingram. We're definitely not getting Ingram, unfortunately, for the post-fight. So Ingram had a problem with his DAZN tonight. So it definitely looks like we're not getting Ingram for his post-fight, which is really just disappointing, actually. Maybe, I'm just seeing here, I can't see anybody else. If, Daryl is somebody, if Daryl wants to come on, Daryl would be great to get on as well. But we'll see how it goes. We still got 200 people in here plus, so we'll go for a tiny, tiny bit longer. Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley. Outside chance we go live for that tonight. We'll have to see. Matt says Parker versus Joyce. WBO final eliminator. Who would you pick to win right now? Joseph Parker or Joe Joyce? I would pick Joe Joyce to stop Joseph Parker. That's what I'm not saying Parker's a bad boxer or anything like that. I'm saying based on what I've seen tonight, I would pick Joyce to go and stop Parker. To be honest, having seen how Dereck Chisora managed to run his gas tank down to go down to the minimum, I would go with Joseph. I would go with Joyce by stoppage. But let's see. Andrew W thinks Joseph Parker. That's fair enough. Now, Joseph Parker is a quality fighter. I'm not saying he's not a quality fighter, but if you ask between him and Joyce, I will go with Joyce by stoppage. Marco agrees. He thinks Dubois beats. This is interesting. Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker. I don't know about Dubois because Joseph Parker's shown that he can go the distance in big fights. I mean, he's a guy who's gone the distance with Ruiz. He's a guy who's gone the distance with AJ. So Parker's shown that he can go the distance and grit it out. So I would make Parker the favourite over Dubois. I would definitely go with Parker over Dubois. Definitely. Yeah, I agree, Joe. I've definitely got Joseph Parker over Daniel Dubois, 100%. It won't surprise me if Dubois won the fight, but you'd have to go with Dubois. Go with Parker. Let's have a look here. All of you are agreeing. Tony Schuster says Parker got the best chin in the heavyweight division. He will KO Joyce. I would imagine, Tilly, if I was to look up your IP address, it would be somewhere in New Zealand with that comment. Parker got the best chin in the heavyweight division. He will KO Joyce. I reckon, if I was to look up your IP address, no disrespect, if I was to look up your IP address, this would come up. Lots of New Zealand lamb, I reckon, would appear in my search engine. You must be from New Zealand. Samoan, to be exact. Let me tell you something. Samoans are the toughest people on the planet. For those of you who don't know, yeah, Samoans are the toughest people on the planet. I will never, ever in my life fight with a Samoan. Ever in my life. And I'm not fucking joking, I'm running. I will never fight a Samoan because they are the most dangerous people. They've got heads like rocks. They have got heads, genetically, they have heads like absolute rocks. And when Samoans fight, yeah, they're not throwing punches. They'll fucking bite you they'll take your eyes out. They'll gouge your eyes out. They'll bite your ears off. They are absolutely vicious. Lovely people. Nicest people in the whole world. But my Lord, never ever get on the wrong side of those people. Tongans, Samoans, the lot. Listen, I'm telling you now, fuck it. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking with you. You guys think I'm saying it as a laugh. I'm not fighting no Samoans, mate. Absolutely lethal individuals. Lethal individuals, mate. And like somebody said in the comments, if you look at rugby, there's a reason why they dominate in rugby. And if they were interested in fight sports, they could dominate that as well. For those of you who follow wrestling, the toughest wrestler in the history of wrestling, and all wrestlers will tell you this. The toughest man backstage, talking about fist fighting, yeah? We're not talking about a work. Fist fighting. The toughest man in the history of wrestling is this man here. Every wrestler who's ever lived has said it's this man here. Haku. The toughest man in the history of wrestling. This man would bite ears off and gouge eyes out. This man in a bar fight literally gouged someone's eye out. And he bit someone's nose off in a bar fight. So I'm just telling you right now, yeah? They're very, very nice people. But fuck me. Don't overstep your limits. Because they don't overstep your limits because they ain't throwing punches, mate. Let me tell you that now. These Samoans, mate, they don't throw punches. They ain't throwing no punches, mate. They be throwing your leftover ear and asshole all over the fucking floor afterwards. Anyway, yes, sorry, he's Tongan, my bad. Yes, sorry, my bad. My bad, I got it wrong. Sorry, Haku is Tongan, but island people. You guys know what I mean, yeah? Island people. Everybody in the wrestling business knows you don't fuck with island people. Like, Haku and Barbarian are like number 1 and 2 ever of all time. I'm talking about actual tough guys in wrestling. Haku and Barbarian are like 1 and 2 all time. Ain't no Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ain't no Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a fucking work, mate. Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a work. When it actually comes to fighting, it's the Island Boys. Right. I think we're done. Look at it. Right. Let's end it on this comment. Joe says, Samoans are hard, but if they fought on a plane, I'd back my man Dean Parker versus Haku. Dean Parker. Shout out to Dean Whyte. Before we go, who wins in the fight? Dean Whyte or Haku? Hold on, let me get Dean Whyte's picture up. Who you got? Who you got in the fight? Dean Whyte or Haku? Plane match. We'll call it a plane match. Snakes on the plane match. Big Dean Whyte or Haku? Shout out to Dean Whyte. Okay, guys. That's it for tonight. We haven't got anybody coming on to do the post-fight. We're supposed to have somebody come to the post-fight. That hasn't happened. None of my guys are calling. My throat is absolutely just is fucked. I'm on the antibiotics. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. It's midnight right now. I think we might be back for... Quickly before I go, is anybody going to start for Tyrone Woodley and Jake Paul? Yes or no? I think I'm going to ask Shevin if he wants to come on and do the show for Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley if he can. Press 1. Is anybody going to be here? Press 1 if you're going to be here for Paul and Woodley, or if you don't give a shit. If nobody gives a shit, there's no point in doing it. But I think I'm going to be up watching the Ashes, so I might do it. A few of you are going to be up. All right, let me know. And I think we might see you in a couple of hours. Peace out.